Okay, hello everybody, and oh shit. What a way to kick things off that was. Alright everybody, hello and welcome to our Mech HQ stream. Alright, so this has been a long time coming. We did a Mech HQ stream a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago at this point, and we had quite a bit of fun with it, and now we're about to get underway with a brand new contract with our company, the Striking Serpents, which is made up entirely of viewers like you who happen to be on the Discord and joined the game. So we're going to be kicking this off pretty hard, actually. We've gone from basically crawling to sprinting at nearly breakneck speeds, so this is going to be a little bit of a work in progress experimental deal, so I crave your indulgence as much as possible when it comes to this sort of thing. So, sort of the story thus so far. The Striking Serpents is a reinforced company of infantry which kicks some major butt and takes some major names. They have recently taken a contract with House Lao in order to support the repulsion of the invasion of the planet of Betelgeuse. The year is 3031 in the middle of the Andorian conflict, so they will be fighting against the Duchy of Andorian. The players opted this, to enter combat in the most flashy possible way by taking their very expensive and very large Union-class dropship and planting it right on top of the enemy. This is an aggressive strategy, which will no doubt impress their benefactor quite significantly. Okay, we sort of... Oh, it doesn't like it when I click away from it, does it? Oh, whatever. This maneuver will no doubt make their benefactor quite happy with them, but at the same time it poses a significant risk. They will be dropping right on top of Firebase Kumari, which is fairly well defended, as you will no doubt see in the very near future. So with that sort of out of the way, let's kind of get things out of the way. Hello Sean, hello Sprog, welcome to the stream, glad you could join us. So first things first, we need to get the dropships, our dropship down. They also have a loner dropship that carried one of their squads into battle. He will not be hanging around. So first things first, we're going to start dropping altitude, and I need to go check where their drop site was, because they had a specific location they wanted it to be. This is actually somewhat hard to read. Right. Sprog, I'm just going to have to best guess it, honestly. Otherwise, I'm never going to be able to actually quite get the aim quite perfect. If this flashing gets to be too much, I am just going to turn on the capture view. Otherwise, it's just going to get really weird. Yeah, it's really flashing a lot. This did not happen the last time, as much as I recall. Alright. So, first things first, drop down altitude. Yes, we did. And we're going to dump our peoples right about... say here. Give them a little bit of cover from things. Turn on capture view. Right. Alright. Gonna see my desktop too. Display. Oh, maybe it's because Rogue Tech's currently active and Rogue Tech's not actually active. That might be it. Now that we've shut off Rogue Tech, nope, that did nothing. Right, let's stop that from happening. You are no longer allowed to mess up on me. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, it seems to be... Alright, now it's behaving. Lovely. Like I said, bit of a work in progress. Hi, Danak. Welcome to the stream. Battletech. Yes, Rogue Tech is tomorrow. Alright, so first things first, we're going to come down, drop our troops. We will drop a Phoenix Hawk. Oh, I can only drop 2 at a time. That's right. We'll keep the Hatchet Man inside for a second. So drop those 2. Right, because I only got 2 doors. And we'll lock that down. So we'll start dropping 2 infantry there. We should be able to drop more. Maybe it's just on a hex. Come up here, drop more troops. Haha. Drop the Phoenix Hawk there. We're okay with that. And then I think we're landing right here. Which we will then move down even more. No. I will avoid doing that. Alright, so there goes the Union-class dropship. It has made the zigzaggy course because it is a spheroid dropship and quite capable. There's a 7 south. Yeah, it's this one, I think. So we're going to be dumping right on there. Do you guys not hear it? Should I turn it up, or... Because I'm showing that you guys are hearing my desktop audio pretty good. Let's turn this up a bit. Does that sound better? Or are you guys still not getting it? No music at all. Oh. Alright, let me set up an additional media source. You sure you can't hear it, Spoke? That's very odd. Oh, I think I know why. Let's see, properties. Nope, that's not it. This may become a bit of a problem now. Open those. You only hear me right now if the audio is supposed to be playing. Yeah, there should be music, but I suppose that's not quite working right now. Alright, let's see if I can't get that working. On the fly streaming. I'm gonna play this audio too. Yeah, I half was concerned that something like this might happen. And apparently it did. I don't know OBS well enough to do this. But we're gonna try. Do our best. Window capture. Do that. I'll do that. If I move you down, you should become invisible. How about now? Can you guys hear anything? Or still not so much? I thought it was capturing that I saw. Like I'm looking at my desktop audio and it's bouncing all over the place. I'm really not sure why you guys can't hear it. Here's what I can try, maybe. Because maybe it's just not liking the program I'm using it with. I'll pause that, since apparently you guys can't hear it anyway. This is what happens when you add in random elements at the very end. Be done. Play from that. Audio is working? Yeah, they're trying to fix the music at the moment. Can you guys hear anything now? Or is it still just my voice? Worst comes to worst, I'll just put this thing up on YouTube and I'll just have the thing as the... I'll leave a link to where I'm getting my audio from anyway. There's a bit of a delay between me saying stuff. Just my voice still? Okay. In that case, we'll do this the slightly less elegant way. And I'll just go right to YouTube. Because that's where I downloaded it from. From the link, of course, on YouTube. We're going to be listening to A New Dawn, which is a fairly fantastic MechWarrior remix soundtrack. Let's see if that just comes up. There it is. How about now? Can we hear anything? If this doesn't work, then I'm just going to give it up. No, it shouldn't be like drums. It should just be like music. If this doesn't work, I'm going to give it up. And we're just going to have a mostly song. Still nothing? How can that be? Like, I literally don't know how that is. Alright, let's go see something. Is there some properties that I'm not getting here? Advanced audio properties. I'm not muting it,, am I? This is weird. Am I muting it? 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 Am This is the weirdest bloody thing. Well, that kind of sucks. I had everything all set up for it. Oh well. Well, yeah, that's really irritating. Okay. Well, I don't need that anymore, I guess. And I can go like so. Window capture. MegaMek. Because that's what I did the last time. Nope, not that. Oh, actually, that might work. See if I hide the, no, that'll just be more audio. Why isn't it working? It should be working. Like there's literally no I'm a bit caught up on it now. That's more than a little annoying. There we go. That'll fix that. Now it won't flash no more. And get rid of that. And I can hide that. Like, where are you from? Hide that. Hide that. Nope. That. There we go. Okay. Now that I've basically given up on that, that really looked. I saw the media player was really. It shouldn't have mattered. Like, I can hear it pumped through my headphones really loud. So if you can't hear it as I'm saying things right now, then it's not working. Wait, you heard it? Or no, not really. Work in progress. Some within after getting it, create an audio source and then have it set to play what you hear or stereo mix. Alright, so let me try and reread that because Sprogue is trying to help us out with this now. Alright, if you have speakers set to output your game and your headphones set to output your show, whatever they are, outputting separate stuff, then you have to set OBS to capture headphones as desktop audio and get the direct show audio plugin for the plugins form. Yeah, I'm not there. Like, I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see. Audio input capture. Audio output capture. That'll be it. Like that. Use... speakers. How about now? Anybody get that? Has this improved anything? Or are we still just sort of blowing in the wind on this one? Got it? Aha! Victory! Alrighty. Okay, we've got this set now. So now I can bring that back, which I spent so long actually creating. Where's my now playing button? There it is. Boop. And if you look down here in the lower left-hand corner, you will see that we are listening to Timothy Seal's A New Dawn, which is a fantastic remix, which will be sort of in the background. Let me know if it gets too loud now. So, it should sound like ambient music. That's kind of the idea. So it's kind of MechWarrior animated music. Okay, so we've got the flashing screen figured out. We've got the audio now figured out. Now we can actually get things underway. Good. If that gets too loud, let me know. Okay, so the Union dropship's already moved in. We've got it to about where we're going to be dropping it. It drops two altitudes at a time. Yes, thank you, Sprogue. Sprogue is our community manager. He has now sorted us right and properly. So everybody give him a warm round of applause. A little loud? We're having the exact opposite problem now. Yeah, we'll dial this down. I want it to be, like, somewhat ambient. Not too ridiculous. Okay. So we've managed to drop our Union dropship over here. It will drop 2 altitudes at a time. It is currently at an altitude of 3 now after our drop. Our little paratroopers here will also drop about 3 altitudes at a time. So hopefully actually they might be on the ground next turn. And when this thing lands, it's going to basically explode half of the universe. On the other hand, we also have our Leopard. The Leopard will not be well, hanging out here. It is going to be leaving as soon as it finishes with what it's doing. So I just need to go and find... you guys wanted to drop somewhere around here that we can work with. Okay, so the Leopard dropship, not being a spheroid dropship, actually needs to fly forward in order to do things. So we'll hit our accelerate button once. Actually, no, give it a couple of accelerations. And we're going to fly right about here. could actually drop right behind the enemy. That might be safest. I know that they had a bit of a drop plan to be right basically in front of them, but things are getting a little bit rough actually if we're right there. You can't do this without Clendathu. Fine, Sprogue. Sprogue making life even more difficult for me. I will start to play this once we actually start dropping things, but we have an entire turn to get through before any sort of actual drops start to happen. So we are going to want to basically dive right on in as quick as we can to get on the ground as quick as we can. These guys are going to be in the air for about 3 turns, so that could be a little bit ugly. I think we want to go right through here. Oh, no, not there. And this will give us room to maneuver. So here we will drop our troops. 2, 3, 4. Dump them out the sides. And I can't remember. Yeah, we'll do that. Just to make sure that they actually get there. This dropship comes over. We'll dump our troops off, and it has. And now our fighter aircraft. We have brought 2 transgressors and 2 transits, and they will hopefully help us get on through. Now, they are not going to be able to target anybody this round because they, unfortunately, all these units had to be hand-placed, so they're technically on our team at the moment. So we get about a free turn, and that's what I'm going to list as the element of surprise. So we're going to just head straight forward, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that should be fine. So you'll move forward, accelerate once, you'll go with him. I think you screwed up the capture again. We only see the main window. No, that I have to manually set up that capture. So I will set those up once we actually start getting into the full-on battle because they need to be refreshed every single time for some reason or another. It is kind of irritating, but that is something that ends up happening. So you don't see the information boxes on the side just yet, but I'll bring them up when it becomes important. So now we need to make sure that the AC-20s are going to be in a good position, and that's not a horrible plan. Go up. That way they can support over there at the hill to the north. And you will do the same thing. One of the mech's bay door. So you guys managed to actually damage the door on the way out, so congratulations. So you're not even down, and you still managed to cause some pain and problems for people. I'd rather not capture just the desktop, because if anything happens on the desktop, suddenly that gets broadcast to everything. So I'd rather capture the specific window. And like I said, I bring the windows out to the side anyway, so you wouldn't see them on the desktop view that you would see, since I bring them, over to the side where they're not cluttering up the screen, because this is rather small, actually. Believe it or not, this is not the most high resolution thing. And for the first turn, someone slipped. Yep, they slipped on the way out. Not quite sure who we get to blame in Cobra, but you've managed to damage our loner dropship that does not belong to us. Alright, so we're going to skip through everybody's firing this round, because this is the round where we still control the entire universe, and we shouldn't. So the AI will be granted control after all of this. So nobody gets to shoot on round 1. It is the element of surprise. I gotta do things. And this, by the way, is what we're talking about. This is all of Firebase Kumari that is now switching over to Firebase Kumari. Good luck. You're gonna need it. And now, the game actually will begin. Now that we've had all the setup in place, and so just for... that's why I just accidentally opened Starfleet Command. Alright. Here you go, Sprout. Just for you. And there's a lot of AI movement that they're going to have to get through. So we've got an entire 2 artillery lances, equipped with sniper self-propelled artillery pieces. We have an entire anti-aircraft division, equipped with Rhino heavy fire support tanks. 3 companies of infantry for an entire battalion spread across the 3 major locations, that being Milton Heights over here, down to the south. We have Littler Heights, because it's a smaller hill. and then the Firebase Kumari itself, which they have to protect. We have 2 lances of medium mechs. One is a little bit larger than a normal medium mech lance, so we're fudging numbers a little bit on that one, but it's good enough. You can hear me? It's not good. Black screen. Are you lying to me, Sprobe? I think you're lying to me. I'm not seeing a black screen on my capture software. It might be your problem. Unless everything's messing up all over the place, but... Can you become difficult to actually hear me? Alright. Let me turn it down even more. That should be good enough, hopefully. Part of it may be that I have my headphones set at 30% normal sound, so that might be part of the reason I don't hear it quite as loud as you guys. Yeah, Sprout doesn't see a black screen either. You also can't hear. Can't hear me or just in general? Okay, so this is Firebase Kumari, fairly well defended. Getting through this is going to be kind of difficult. There's also... There's a cluster screen to turn black. That is unfortunate. Alright, let's see if we can land this sucker. Nope, we're not low enough to vertical land. We're gonna have to hover this round. So next round, this gets to land. That's when it's really gonna be banging out. What is this? Who is this? Oh, the leopard. Good. Alright, so the leopard is done. It has served its purpose. It will now fly off and shall not return. Because it doesn't belong to the company, it belongs to the Capellan Confederation, and they only loaned it to us for a very brief period of time. GG the enemy Jervish and Trebuchet. Only if they're there next turn, because that's when this thing's actually landing. Because this round it's going to be flying still. Next round is when it actually lands. Alright, let's call in some air support. Make sure that we're actually protected here. I want to make sure that you guys hopefully... Ooh, that's going to be a bit rough. Accelerate, go for the Shadowhawk. Okay, we can. I'm going to fly through, see if we can't cause enough fire support here. I'm going to turn you so that you're facing in the right direction, not getting shot in the back, which will help. So you can turn well in, you know, altitude, but you cannot shoot. Let's bring that around. Well, it was either that or in front of all their guns, so we figured behind their guns might be a little bit safer. Yeah, Cobra is going to have to rely a little bit on the air support that I'm trying to give him. Okay, I can't get that. So it is going to be mostly attacking this Shadowhawk as we pass through. And then the transit, I don't think I can get an angle on you. No, the transit's definitely going to have to go fighting to the north. Unless... Aha, we can't get the Dervish. So transits are equipped with AC-20s. So when they hit, they're going to hit like a truck. Which will be great. Alright, so the Highlander... Oh, wow. Looks like the Scratch Force is already on target. The Highlander has landed on target. The Phoenix Hawk... this is Firehawk's Phoenix Hawk. And the DML Phoenix Hawk has landed as well. I'll get that restarted just because... next round is when this thing is actually going to hit. And then we'll go back to the normal music. Alright, who do we got here? I have control of the AC... What? No, I shouldn't have control of this unit. Ooh, I think we have a problem. That is unfortunate. It looks like traitoring the autocannons didn't actually do anything. Okay. In any event, I have some aft weapons I think I can shoot. No. That's not on I should. So it looks like the turrets didn't work out. You know, dropping onto elevation 0? Yeah. Actually, I did roll these up all randomly. Bravo Lance was totally randomly rolled. So, no, it's not a jab at you. You credit Ginger for this? Okay, who's up? The Shadowhawk, do you actually have a shot on anything? Your LRMs can hit on a 12, so we shall fire... yeah, Thorn's LRMs are going to fire at the Trebuchet. The Griffin, I don't think can hit anything. Oh no, he can fire his PPC. Wow. Yes, hacking the turrets. Congratulations. Well, there goes a significant amount of difficulty. That is unfortunate. I'm not quite sure why we didn't... I'm going to try and traitor him again and maybe that'll do something. But I did trader everything properly before this began. I was meticulous about it. Oh wait, no I wasn't. And here's why I wasn't. Because they don't move. I got it. And so they weren't selected to be traded. Oh, that's going to be a little bit interesting. I think we want to keep as much fire going down on this trebuchet as possible. So we're just going to blast on our way through. So, can't hit with the large laser, that's out of range. LRMs. Doesn't look like... Oh no, the Griffin will be able to hit fire over here. And then who's up next? Okay, the transits. Now this is where things should hopefully get fun. There it is. What do you mean I can't shoot a transit? Oh, because I'm still fighting the grasshopper. Never mind. Like I said, this is a bit of a work in progress. We're getting used to how to do this. The grasshopper's not in range to shoot anything. Now we're on the transits. Okay, let's go kill. Large laser. Let's set this damage high to low. 7. So 7 to hit. And I can fire 3 large lasers. And if I keep firing after this, then I'll have to take a piloting check, and I don't want to take a piloting check with these pilots. So we're just going to nail him with 3 large lasers from each of the transgressors. Because that ought to be able to give him everything that we need. I'll bring up the side windows after this initial drop, because there's a lot that's going to need to get done for this drop. I know, Sprout. Fire that. So the transits are coming through with an AC-20 and 2 medium lasers apiece. Okay. See, this is the thing. I always feel a little bit weird about trying to stream this, just because it gets weird. Alright, so looks like the enemy Wolverine has initially opened fire on the dropship, the King Cobra, which is a little... You put everything you need on sec 1. Oh. Alright, so it looks like the Union dropship is getting shot at already by the Wolverine. Has managed to get hit. Keep in mind, this thing only has so much armor, so we're slowly losing armor as this thing gets shot. Hopefully the landing will clear the bugs off a little bit. Trebuchet opens fire on the Union, doesn't manage to touch it. Yeah, nothing too special at the moment, and really, to be honest, the only thing I care about... Oh, hit the transit, that's not good. The music's good for you? Alright, so Adam says the music's bad, Scruggs says the music's great. I'm not sure which one to believe at this point. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for that. Not sure which one will give you guys the one that you want the most. I can tune this down a little bit, that might help. Alright. Again, work in progress on this one. We weren't quite planning fully on this one. Trebuchet taking a couple of shots, nothing special. The machine gun platoon managed to nail the Phoenix Hawk. Luckily for us, it looks like the damage scattered all over the place, so it didn't actually do much. And the foot platoons are opening fire on the buildings. The transgressors have finally opened up, so this is our air support. Immediately opened fire with its large lasers, managed to nail that Shadowhawk pretty good. Already almost tore off the arm. Transit came in and blew the head clean off the Griffin. First shot, good job. So that's taken care of. Yeah, that's the Griffin immediately out of the fight. That's a way to begin a battle. And the Rhino fire support, this is the SAM sites, are firing at the Griffin. And they did manage to get a couple of critical hits on through... Oh wow, they've already torn through his rear torso. We gotta get that down soon. Second transit comes through, blows out the Griffin's center torso rear. So that Griffin is literally dead twice over. One took his head off, the other tore the back out of the mech. So there's that. Unfortunately, our Griffin has taken a very bad hit. Its rear is already pretty badly open. I was buying the pilot all the drinks. Unfortunately, the transit got hit. And the transit got hit bad. Looks like, wow, Captain Grumac managed to roll a 12 on his piloting check in order to succeed from tumbling, so he's perfectly fine. The transit, on the other hand, rolled a 4, needed a 6, and is now loses 5 elevations and crashes. So, one of our fighters is down. So that is unfortunate. I mean, it can take off again because it didn't explode, but the transit is on the ground, which is not great. Sniper rounds are out. They will land in the next few turns. So that's the mobile artillery has opened fire. Which, I'm not sure where, but we're going to find out pretty soon. Okay, it's our turn to move, and the Highlander is here, and the Highlander's ready to rock and roll. So, they have a lot of sinks. Can I please select my autocannon turrets? No. No, I can't. Yeah, so it looks like we can't swap over the turrets. We're just going to say that the turrets suffered a major problem. Well, he's not dead. The transit's still there. It just crashed. That already needs to die then? Yeah, I'd agree. Otherwise, we're probably going to die, and that's not going to be particularly pleasant. Alright, so Highlander's ready to rock and roll, so let's give him a little bit of a jump, I think. We don't want the Highlander at the foot platoon at all. So if we can avoid that, that would be ideal. This transit needs to... How much space do you need to take off? Oh, you can vertical lift off? Needs a 10. Well, he'll damage himself, but it's not horrific. Send in the Air Force Ace. Alright, so we vertically lifted off with one of our transits. Self-propelled artillery already on the move. So we've used up our fighter sink. The most annoying thing about this is the fact that these AC-5 turrets are going to be cluttering up my UI for the entire battle. So now I have to swap even more than I already had to before. That should be it. You are equipped with... Okay, now's the point where I'll set this up. So I want window capture. And we'll say... Info screen. Okay. Everybody say hi to this. This is our info window. This is what we can see. If you guys need the map screen, I can set up the map screen, but I'd rather not bother. Just because, it'll clutter up the view even more. So we'll go with that for now. That should help make Sproke a little bit happier. Oh, Curtis, welcome to the stream. Alright, the question becomes, what do we want to do with all these people? I want to move them. I've got to keep them away from the dropship, though, because when the dropship lands, it's going to basically clear out everything around it. So I think I'll hop over here and turn like so, in hopes that we can catch that blackjack napping. Can't wait until we can get off this Clendathy drop, so once this dropship lands, that's when it gets to finally shut off. Because then I can actually have the things that I need. The map is not needed? Okay, let's get to it. Ginger hacking the turrets. Sure, we'll say that from inside the dropship he is somehow hacking all the turrets. I'm not going to complain with that. That's fine to me. Alright, and the Blackjack maneuvered against the Phoenix Hawk, which means now the Highlander can maneuver against that Blackjack, and we can hopefully take him out. Oh, the Wolverine also stopped a little bit. But the Wolverine's got a couple of foot platoons nearby. I don't want to deal with that. You are going to... Where's my other Phoenix Hawk? There you are. A DML. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll be at extreme range for you, but that's basically not an issue. So we move 3 up here to go out to this Blackjack, see if we can't make him regret his life a little bit. I might even be able to get the Highlander in there. Yeah, that's the sniper self-propelled stuff moving out. It looks like they're... Luckily for us, it looks like they've managed to... They've locked a couple of units attempting to de-hack these. Dropships say your hill will be flat when I'm done with it. Entirely possible. Although we're not landing on pavement, so that's going to make the landing a bit rough. Could crash a little bit. We'll try not to, but I can't guarantee nothing. How far more do you have to drop? Oh, there's another turret in the air. I've got to get that Griffin hidden, because that Griffin got nailed by this Rhino. It's got no armor in back, and that's a serious concern at the moment. We're really kind of stretching the limits of what this game is sort of made to be able to handle, unfortunately. So the AI is a bit slow at coming up with decisions. A little bit? A little bit what? Yeah, then we won't get killed. The transgressors are probably going to have to fly off. Unless I want to do a hard maneuver to try and get them back onto the map, but I don't think I want to risk it. After all, they're very expensive and very fragile, which can lead to problems very, very quickly. Okay, who's actually planning on moving? It's one of the problems is you never quite know when the AI has glitched and when the AI is still actually able to do things. About 7 hexes of just know about there when they drop your hands. So you say that, but it becomes a problem. Who's not moving? Who hasn't moved yet? Oh, this rifle platoon. Great. That rifle. Oh, and the dervish hasn't moved, so we've got 2 units that haven't moved yet. Which I'm really hoping it'll figure. Oh, I think it's figuring it out now. Either that or it's crashing. One or the other. Oh, this is the other reason we normally don't do this. There we go. It came through. Okay, Highlander has a target that we'd like to kill. How fast did you move? Come on. Did not move. You're stationary? Are you kidding me? Weapon. Damage. High-low. Autocannon 20. I'll get shot at by a machine gun platoon, but I think we can just take it. It's a Highlander after all. You can save the game, turn the option to allow units to fire at friendly targets, reload the game, add the bot back in the manually shoot. I don't think you can understand how long this took. I want to take another 30 minutes to set that up. Okay, dropship, vertical land. See, now comes the actual moment where Clondathy drop needs to be extra special. So we need a 7. We're landing based on a pilot skill of 5. And it's a clear hex, which is +2, which tells you just how rough these landings can get. If this check fails, the ship is going to break itself a bit. Take note that we deformed the entire terrain around it to collapse this a bit. This will be interesting. Transgressors need to accelerate. And can I snap roll? Maneuver. Half roll. Not quite. I don't have the angle for it. Accelerate. Maneuver. Half roll. Can I get the dervish? I can. Okay. So we're going to get the dervish. That'll be great. So here I'm going to go up, go up. Oh, just go up one. Just to maintain altitude. Needs a 5. We'll snap roll it. So we use a special maneuver in order to avoid having to fly right off the map. And he's going to try and follow the exact same thing. So maneuver. Half roll. Okay. Fly with the dervish. And let's not forget our upward maneuver. So that we're not losing too much altitude. 5 check, he got it too. Have you rolled the assault land bonus for... I did that before the match started. Unfortunately, nobody ran. So, we did have 2 Atlases on the field, which gave us a +2 to our check. But unfortunately, I rolled really crap on that D20, so nobody actually ran away. Didn't know when it would happen? Yeah, I did it before, just because I need to remove the units from the game before the game starts. So I do it on the introduction screen, which I could have shown on screen, but then I would have had to have placed every single unit and gone through all of that. Alright, transits are ready, and I think the transits are going to go artillery hunting. And let's make sure that he is also going up 1. Okay, so this is the results of the landing. So... the Union, 2709, combined arms. Required a 7, rolled a 10 because MegaMek is a badass. The following 3 hexes take 24 damage. The infantry platoon SRM hits for 86 damage. Infantry is hit by an area of effect artillery, which doubles the damage to 172. Not bad. That just wiped out the entire platoon. And everybody even remotely near it. Yeah, they're just completely and totally gone. So goodbye to the foot platoon. Hopefully somebody else also got caught in the blast. The trebuchet also got caught in the blast for 22 damage. The Wolverine got hit by 27 damage. The info window was blocking the text. Make my life difficult, Sprope. Go over there. So, in case you want to see, this is the infantry platoon getting absolutely wiped out. Just barbecued. They do not exist anymore. They have 28 points of health. Health meaning men. This is true. So the Trebuchet and the Wolverine both got hit as well. They got a little bit barbecued for 22 and 27 damage, and all the hexes around them got absolutely torched. And then it looks like somebody else got hit as well. The Flip Platoon Rifle also got hit, looks like. Wait, was that a rifle infantry up there? I thought it was the SRM. It was, so that's 2 infantry units totally barbecued. The Phoenix Hawk took 15 damage because it was a little bit too close. The Blackjack got barbecued. Wow, I forgot just how huge this radius is because we were on a hill. The Phoenix Hawk HTC got hit, took a critical hit. So that's Firehawk's mech. Took a critical hit through, but luckily didn't hit anything important. Looks like pretty much the only thing that didn't get hit was the Highlander, because even the Foot Platoon machine gun got hit. This was the 3rd platoon that was up on that hill. That got hit for 10 damage, doubled, and there are 8 people left on that. So not bad. So most of a company got wiped out right there. And then the Transgressors both maneuvered, got an 11 and a 7, so they're fine. The Griffin needed a 4, landed a 3. This is the 1N, so it has landed off target and drifted by 2 hexes. It fell 1 level to hex 4128 and suffered 12 damage on its back and its right side. And hit its head as it came down. So the one... No, that was a dropship landing. So the 1N just, like, upended itself and smashed its head. So not exactly ideal. The Grasshopper landed safely. The Griffin 1S landed safely. Where's the Shadowhawk? And the Shadowhawk landed safely. So it was just the 1N, which, if I'm not mistaken, the 1N is Argentavis. So now we can get the actual music that I was intending to play at the beginning of this. Because we've just finished the Clendathu drop. We don't need that anymore. So yeah, that was a hell of a movement phase. We haven't even gotten to the actual shooting phase. Grimlock going to be opening up with his ship batteries? Yes, he will be. He will absolutely be shooting soon. The Trebuchet has stayed standing, but the Blackjack and the Wolverine both got bowled over. Okay, artillery falling around all around, but it doesn't look like it managed to hit anything. So that's good for us. But yeah, this is the after effect of the torching. This infantry squad has 8 guys left. This infantry squad was wiped out. This infantry squad was wiped out. This mech is still standing. This got knocked over. This got knocked over. And everybody out to a range of him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 hexes. A little bit long. I thought it was only 5. So quite the barbecue we just had. Unfortunately, that means I don't have a target because he fell over. He's no longer in the way. That was 3,600 tons firing retro rockets. Well, it's a fusion torch, so I suppose in a way. Okay, let's go see if we can't kill this infantry. I mean, there's only a few of them left. So we're going to twist this mech. By the way, is the thing updating properly? Okay, it is good. Lovely. Just wanted to make sure that the actual the icon was showing on the screen. So, we're not going to shoot him with the AC-20 for obvious reasons. Because the AC-20 won't hit him. Well, it will, but it'll only kill 1 guy. So we'll use the SRM-6s to fire at him. We will not fire the AC-20 because I have limited ammo, and then I'll just follow with some medium lasers. And hopefully that'll kill most of this infantry squad off. Can shoot that infantry group? Yep, that's what we're doing. You, on the other hand, you're going to turn. And you're just going to unload on this guy. Because you have quite a bit of heat, actually, to spare. I'll use just the small, just so I can keep the heat under control. You're already on the ground and you're badly damaged. Nonetheless, infantry, yep, they've been targeted by quite a lot. And this Phoenix Hawk, ooh, that's a 10. Why is that a 10? Walked, target moved, jumped, light woods, intervening woods, target prone, and not in range. You're also a 10. Really? It's just nobody's gonna get shot all that accurate. I'll open fire with a little bit. So we'll shoot everything we've got at the Blackjack. Bring it down a little bit. Done. Who's up next? My turn to fire. Oh, it's the... it's the Union. Alright, so the Union can see just about everybody, and the Union's going to target people who are actually dangerous to it. So we're going to go right side base first. This way. Here we go. And we're going to open fire on this standing still trebuchet. Oh, Oh, wait. Target out of range? Doesn't look like it's out of range, but whatever. So we're going to kill this guy. PPCs, autocannon fire, LRMs, lasers, more lasers, and that's all that side. So now we'll go see if we can't find targets on the left side of the dropship. Hey, look, there's a prone and down target, and we'll just fire everything else we've got at it, and that's our full heat complement. Done with that. So Grumok's fired. And you guys aren't allowed to shoot because you shouldn't be here. You should not be on my side cluttering up my stuff. Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. I did the transgress. Oh. Whoops. No, I didn't do the transits yet. Who flew over this? This transit. Show me the transit. Not you, but you. You're going to target the self-propelled artillery. You're going to fire an AC-20 in it and a pair of medium lasers. The Union uses aerospace range bands so I can hit the map. It's not accurate, but you fire so many times that it almost doesn't matter. Yeah, with medium lasers. Alright, can the transgressor actually shoot? It did roll. Oh, it can shoot no problem. It doesn't even care that it rolled. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah, just get those large lasers ablazing away. This dervish is not going to know what just hit it. Well, hopefully it doesn't. It just dies to the bright and brilliant light. He can't shoot anybody, I don't think, because he was hovering just a moment ago. Yeah. So he's taking off slowly but surely, but there is a bit of a fire below him. There's the Griffin that they utterly gutted. Okay, so this is the actual shooting phase now that we got past the landing phase. All my aircraft went down one level because they fired. And weapons fire, the Orion manages to hit the building. They're steadily knocking down the building. Oh, that works so well for us. Highlander blasted the foot platoon, managed to kill 3 people, 5 are alive. We missed with a medium laser, then we hit with a medium laser, there's 4 guys left. So a 95 ton? 90 ton mech walked up to a foot platoon, blasted quite a few weapons at it, and only killed 1. 4. So not tremendous. More weapon fire from the trebuchet hitting the Union, starting to worry away at that armor. That aft armor is getting a little light. It's only got 100 health left and it doesn't exactly move. Smirk says, remember that medium lasers are better damage per heat if you are flying over stuff. There is no downside to using them. If I'm flying over stuff, there is a downside to using them, because if I overheat, I have to take a pilot skill check, and if I fail the pilot skill check, I fall. And if I fall, I can die. So I'd rather have the pinpoint AC-20 nail a target rather than just beam them with a whole bunch of medium lasers if I'm attacking a vehicle. Weapons fire for Phoenix Hawk. This is a friendly Phoenix Hawk blazing with the Blackjack. Did an excellent job, nailing most of it. There's a downside of orange. Trebuchet opening fire on the buildings. Good. They're not focused on that just yet. Weapons fire for the Blackjack. Fires at the Union. Hitting the nose. The nose has good armor. It's the aft that I'm worried about when they scatter onto it. Griffin taking even more hits. Oh, pain. And the Union just instantly deleted a trebuchet. Just blazed away and annihilated it. So that's the first target of the Union. Let's see if the second target of the Union survives. Yeah, this trebuchet is just levels of dead. And fired at the Blackjack and managed to nick it a little bit. Nothing too serious. But it can switch its guns and annihilate it the next time. The foot platoon fired at the Highlander. Managed to cause 4 damage to it. Not the worst thing though. When you have to choose between firing the large lasers and the medium lasers are more damage for the heat. I think I saw that the hit was the same. No, it's... I want the pinpoint. I want to be able to cut through the armor. That's my concern. I'm not looking to just spam fire at them. I want to actually cause damage through the armor so that I can then follow up later on. Because if I fire the medium lasers at them, unless I get crits, it's not going to do a whole heck of a lot of damage. But if the 3 extra damage might get through their armor. That's the goal. Okay, Skulker does nothing, and we managed to miss the AC-20, so the transit's not being super accurate. I mean, they hit the first one and blew his head off, so I gotta give him some credit there. And managed to immobilize? Yeah, just damage the track system on the sniper. So that is weakened. The Dervish taking a couple of large laser hits. And the AAA is now opening fire. Well, not AAA, because it's missile-based. Hit the transit. Oh, this is getting rough. I think we may have to get the transits on out of here, because that's going to be a check. Transgressor comes in at the Dervish, cutting through the legs, and blew his left leg clean off with 3 precise hits. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, Dervish is going down. And then the transits got fired at by the Hunters, and the Hunters were not able to do as well as the Rhinos. So yeah, the Dervish is down on the ground. Okay, Highlander can punch people. Punch the infantry! And you can hatch it for 7. So we missed punching the infantry, unfortunately. And we did manage to hit the hatchet with a 10, needed a 7, and almost chopped his right torso off. Do a lot of damage, pretend to crash. Yeah, if you throw him into the teeth of things, it can get pretty rough. Fortunately for us, the transit did manage to succeed in his pilot skill check, so he is still flying, but the transit is probably pretty badly beaten up. Incoming shell, fire for the BT-4, will land in 0 turns, so it's gonna hit. Oh, that's what that was. That's what this icon here is, an artillery shell falling. Luckily, we took off before it could hit. So my damage potential is higher if you fire more than 1 weapon. 2 large lasers is 8 damage. Is better than 8 medium lasers or 8 damage. Alright, so the dropship is not going to move. The armor might be getting a it's not terrible, but I am worried about this half section. Jump somewhere? Hey Tarek, if you end with infantry underneath the necrogen. I mean, I can try it. I've never done it before. At least I don't. No, I've palled around with urban mechs, destroying them with jump infantry before, and it never had an effect. Okay, looks like everybody's on the ground. Okay, Phoenix Hawk. Time, or not Phoenix Hawk. Griffin, time to get you up. You are going to top us? You are. I thought you were. He fell over. He's not having a great day. He's going to turn, like so. Even though it's not ideal, just so he can get his back away from the enemy. Because he's very much hurting. Oh, there's the ejected pilot. How cute. Hatchet Man, I'm not going to move until the end. The Grasshopper, I'm not going to move until somebody's not moving. Just so I can hatchet them later on. Griffin 1S, on the other hand, you can move aggressively against people. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself right over here. This is a bit risky, but I don't think he's going to stand up anytime soon. I'm going to see if I can't kill the downed dervish. I want to go after that Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk on Shadowhawk combat. That's what we crave. Move you just enough to get that underway. Don't think the Rhino can see you from this position. Can you see it? Oh, you can. You can definitely see into that base. That is unfortunate. Okay, in that case, we're going to jump for safety. That way, we're not risking too much at this point. Pop over here. Shadowhawk can try and move behind me, but I'll follow up with a Grasshopper. That might give me what I want. They have so many more initiative sinks than I do. Oh, shoot. No. I'm an idiot. No, I didn't. Okay, good. I'm not an idiot. Okay. Unload. This is important. So, first things first. Let's get the Atlases out. Where do I want to drop these guys? Let's go for coordinate 1912. This is an option. It is not. Okay, 1911. None of the 19s are options. 1810. We got 1810. There you are. Going prone and flailing my quit also. Okay, so the Atlas is out. And do I go after this Wolverine? I kind of want to, just to see if I can get it killed. So we will move very carefully. Because we don't get a shot in the back. That would be very, very unfortunate. Right there. And you can unload more troops. We'll get the Raven out. The Raven's also going to go to 1810. There we go. Pop. Hello. And the reason why we're getting the Raven out is because the Raven has the ability to jam everybody. And as you can see, aha, they're jammed. Lovely. I gotta give you at least 3 pips of evasion, otherwise you're gonna die. Not 3 pips of evasion. Move you at least 3, so that you can have some evasion on you. Certainly doing some style scouting. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Yep. Okay. Keep unloading. Oh no! No! Shoot. Hey Sambry, real quick. Do you know a hotkey to scroll through these options? Crap. Can I unload? There has to be an unload. Turn. Movement. Back up. Who's selected right now? Don't move the Raven away from the dropship if at all possible. Yeah, I'll move it back. Although it looks like it's a jammer, not a... I think it's jamming. Deploy. Move, special... Oh, okay, good. I can still access the menu through here. Lovely. So I won't have to actually lose that. Black Knight, medium laser, spam, Marauder. No, let's get the other Atlas out. It's going to go to 1911 as well. Keep the Atlases together. At least reasonably together. That way we're hopefully guarding this a little bit better. Firebase Kamari's up. Wait, did that end the dropship? But why? Okay, so we only have 3 mechs out of the dropship at the moment, so that's a bit unfortunate. Highlander, I don't want to move you yet if I can help it. Do I have anybody else to move, though? Have I gone through everybody? No, I've still got my melee mechs. Grass. Oh, good. Jump. Oh, not quite in range. Next turn, we'll be able to hack the trebuchet up. That'll help out a little bit. The infantry, if they want to move to us, are going to have to move across this relatively open terrain, which should help us kill them. The only problem is we've kind of got our backs to the base, which has some pretty powerful anti-everything weapons. And you still haven't moved. Why have you not moved? You know what? I'm going to back up. I'm going to back up. I'm going to move right there. And if you move, great. If not, better. I have another chance to shoot this self-propelled artillery. If I stay on the map. One thing about when the enemy's trying to shoot back at you, they only have to shoot at any point that you traveled over. So whatever the closest point is will determine the range, which can be a bit rough. We going through everybody? I got the DML still. The DML, I will sprint on over here. I'll jump on over here. Get you right on in there. That way you can hopefully kill somebody. Yeah, the blackjack moved. It'll still be in hatchet range. I think that's everybody except you. Yep. So it's just the Highlander now. Highlander's gonna go after the Phoenix Hawk. Or the, not the Phoenix, the Wolverine as well. It doesn't really care about a single foot platoon. I might be able to fire a little bit of light fire over in that direction from the dropship to kill it. Skulkers on the roll. They outnumber us pretty considerably. Which could be a little bit rough. I need to stop saying that because apparently Sprague was commenting on it. Well, they've mostly left the base at this point, which is kind of amusing. I was expecting these autocannons just to continually blaze away and cause all kinds of havoc. I'm a little disappointed that the traitor system didn't work. Maybe next time I'll just let the AI place them wherever it wants. There's a strictly limited number of buildings after all. Alright, jets are up. Accelerate. What's your armor at? Oh, you're perfectly fine. Kill, kill. Ooh, you're on a slightly wrong course for that. Nope, can't do that. I can't roll again because I've already rolled this round. Looks like that self-propelled artillery is perfectly safe. We're going to have to go for the Rhino. Fly through there. How's your armor? You're great. Yeah, you're following the same flight path, unfortunately. Go up. And there we go. You can finally fly. Oh, do you have a target? You do not quite. But you could actually turn and help us out down here. I mean, you've already taken a pretty nasty couple of hits. So we'll start getting you in the opposite direction. Gotta make sure that I actually go up on this plane, otherwise it's going to die. There's the artillery strike from before. Transit! Time for you to go after him. You can't get that turn. I didn't think you would be able to. Go up. Straight forward. Start to brake. And move. Oh, we haven't used all his velocity yet. There we go. That transit's going to hang out for all. Wolverine tried to get up and failed. The Blackjack got up. The Griffin got up. And another Wolverine had a piloting skill check, apparently. Alright, let's go shoot people. And they've missed the hexes. Got his X719, which I'm not sure who's hitting that. Apparently the terrain took damage, but it doesn't look like we did. Okay. If they're shooting at the arrow, they ain't shooting at the dropship. That arrow is expensive and very fragile, easily to be destroyed. We'd rather not lose it. Trebuchet is in range. Wait, who built this? Oh, wait, no, this is the B9 Atlas. Ah, I see. It's the specially modified Atlas for long-range fire support. Okay, let's see if we can't break somebody with it. I think I want to engage the... I do want to engage the self-propelled artillery, but... What alarms? What are we looking at here? 9 and 10. Medium range, attacker ran, target moved 5 to 6 hexes. Jeez, that's a sprinting treb. Alright, we'll attack this. Fire that. So LRMs are out. Maybe a PPC on into him. Fire that. And get a large laser fire as well. Just to add to the chaos and confusion. Highlander is in perfect range to plant an AC-20 right into him. Unfortunately, he has a lot of cover. Well, nobody else is around. Skip the AC-20. Fire, fire. Skip that. Fire more SRMs at him. We'll save the AC-20 rounds because I don't know how long this battle will actually last. Twist. Hi. This is a stock Highlander with, stock Catalyst with an AC-20. Oh, you're gonna really not enjoy this. Damage him high to low. Fire, fire. 14 heat build up. I forgot to turn these around. Standing orders are to not kill pilots, so we will not blow the pilot apart. Shadowhawk. Can shoot the infantry foot platoon, but it's not really a risk to us right now. Ah, there was the hit. That could have been bad if somebody had actually been in the area. 13-13 doesn't look like the Shadowhawk is going to have a particularly important role to play for a little while. 11-11. Yeah, hit the trebuchet. It's more dangerous. Fire. And the LRMs as well. Heat buildup is perfect. Griffin will fire its PPC. Argentavis tends to be ridiculously accurate with this gun. And this one will fire all the weapons at point blank range because he can. Who's that? Grasshopper. Fill him full of lead. Damage high low. The reason why I'm setting the damage high low is because it will fire the weapons in the order in which I select them to shoot. So by firing the large laser first, I have a chance of weakening it. Is that Baron? Did he mod his mech? Is who Baron? Yes. This is Corporal Mavrin Borsteel. Oh, that's Iceman, duh. Now Baron is other places at the moment. Fire the trebuchet. Dock. Twist. So we can shoot at him. Esmir, did we already win? No. Well, also partly it's going to be how much actually comes out of this alive. Because this is not going to be a particular... Because it's entirely possible. If they start focusing fire on the King Cobra, they can blow it apart. The mod... Oh, the B9, yeah. Yeah, he modded it pretty severely. The Raven will fire all of these. Yeah, it should be. View, Atlas, pilot. See? Harris Baron Elgood. Yeah, he's driving his Atlas. Phoenix Hawk, on the other hand, needs to kill somebody. And it's going to be you. Maybe not that much. Who's left? Ah, the Union. Left side. No, I'll give that to you. We'll fire out our right side primarily. That trebuchet I would like to die? Automatic failure. Target outside of range. Looks like we may have gotten the range. Yeah, we may not be able to provide much more fire support, unfortunately. That may have been all the support we can grant. Looks like most of the artillery and light tanks at the base. A few of those are not light tanks, and also they are fully capable of destroying the King Cobra before you guys can do anything about it. Like, if they were to start focus firing the King Cobra, it will die. And I will not retcon it. If you guys lose the King Cobra, then you lose the King Cobra. It'll suck, but that is something that is possible. Okay, you're going to fire over the Rhino fire support tank, and you're going to very hopefully kill it. Otherwise, he is very likely to kill you. Apparently decent accuracy on these pilots, too, which is pretty surprising. Who's up? Oh yeah, the transit. Hit him with an AC-20 to the face. And this transit flew through this sniper. There we go. Okay, Atlas fired at self-propelled and managed to hit it a few times. Stunned the crew, which means it won't be able to shoot next round, which is great. Close that. Weapons fire for the Wolverine. Blasting the Union more. The aft is now down to 84, which is getting weak. Because again, that's four LRM-20s, and there's like 10 of them on the field right now. So that's a little bit concerning. Also, it's going to require long periods of repair. Weapons fire for the Atlas, open fire on the Wolverine, and just ripped it completely apart. As one might expect an Atlas to do. The Blackjack firing more, 79%, 74, 72 we're down to on the aft. Shadowhawk opening fire, manages to miss a couple of times. The Dervish firing back, hitting the Griffin on the chest, but the Griffin's okay. Enemy Shadowhawk blasting the structure a bit more, so it's being worthless. Next time I'll remember just not to bring in turrets or to let the AI set them themselves. That'll make the battle a little more difficult. Grasshopper blasting away, doing a fairly decent job actually of nailing that trebuchet. I'm kind of surprised. And it looks like the Blackjack's almost dead. Foot platoon. Working to continue to collapse the building. And the Union opened fire and just... there goes the infantry squad. And then blew apart most of the Blackjack. Yeah, destroyed the Blackjack. Foot rifle platoon. Damage threshold, so it's jammed one of our AC-10 5 turrets. Transgressor doing a good job tearing open the Rhino. Has 46 armor. Getting through that's going to be rough. Uh-oh. Transgressor took a major hit from the Rhino. Took an engine hit, possibly out of control. He's going to need to pass a couple of important tests on that one. Our transit came through and strafed the Dervish pretty good. Managed to nail the right leg. And the other transit came in and just destroyed one of the artillery pieces. That tank has a lot of damage. Yeah, see, this is why the battle is not over yet, and Curtis's assertion that it's just light tanks is not correct. That Rhino fire support tank, yeah, that's there for anti-aircraft in the same way that Flak 88s were there just for anti-aircraft. So, managed to kill the first of the sniper artillery pieces, so that'll be good. If those snipers start actually aiming at the Union, they will crush it in fairly short order. So, I'm a bit surprised they haven't done so already. Oh, looks like we can hit him pretty good. We don't step on pilots. That is a direct order. And they punched the Griffin and damaged it. Oh, this pilot. Who is this guy? Transgressor 13 took 46 damage, which gives him a +2 on his attempt. His base was an 8 because he has a base piloting skill of 5, atmospheric operations at 2, and -1 for a small fighter craft, but then the +2 for the 46 damage. He rolled an 11 and a 9 to keep that sucker under control. That's brilliant. Good job. So we haven't lost any of our aircraft yet. Thank God for Air Force. I agree, Sproke. Alright, there's the trebuchet Ted. Yeah, we land... Oh, what company was this? This was Able, wasn't it? And this was Baker. think that's what I named him. I actually have the entire... I'll show the entire TO&E after this for that company, because I built the entire thing specifically for this battle, so that we would have a specific opposition designed under special rules. Somebody show me my... Not you. This, my Union. Union! Unload! Let's unload them. Let's unload the Arbalest. So this here is the personal mech. I need to be in 1911 or 1910. The personal mech of another Lance Leader. Everybody, of course, say hello to Warden, who is now driving the Arbalest. It is his personally named archer. By the way, for all the pilots, anybody who's actually watching, we can name your mechs specifically for whatever desires you have. So that is a thing that can get done. You're set. Union's going to keep unloading. I want the Stalker so that we can get some of our other great pilots out. Everybody, of course, say hello to Vanguard, who is driving a Stalker, and he is a melee specialist now because he needs to kick everybody's legs in. You're going to go steal this. And that's it. Yeah, it looks like the Union can only shell out 2 people at a time, unless it can only shell out 2 people per bay. In which case, I had all my people jumping out of one specific bay. Alright, Atlas, you need to start heading towards the front and center of this area, so you're just going to head in this direction. So this is the B9. Doesn't need to get close to you, but it will get close to you. And then we're going to move the Raven. Give me the Raven. Stick close to this. I want to risk it. It's too dangerous, or too important to risk losing. Right there. Does the Stalker even have arms? It does, technically. But they don't move. Technically, it has arms. You sent 3 people out last turn from the Union? Maybe it's if I put 2 people on the same tile that it stops it after that. I'm not quite sure how it's working. The mechanics of dropships are not fully known to me just yet. We're working on it. And if we continue to use them in these battles, then we're going to have to work on it faster. Start with the Highlander in, because it is a 733 Charlie, which means it got to get up close and personal to use its big ol' AC-20. Same thing with this Atlas. Both these mechs are really close-range brawlers. Foot platoon is not moving. Let's keep focusing on the people up here. You can stand right there, honestly, but I'm not going to. That would be too dangerous. But if you did, you'd pick up Graham Linden, which is one of the mech warriors. What AFK? How's your Griffin? You're in the 1S or the 1M? I forget. Shadowhawk, I don't want to move you yet. I want to move you probably last, just to see if I can't get all my other people. Hatchman, or not Hatchman. Perfect, we can capture this guy in one move. So that's Firehawk's Phoenix Hawk. Shadowhawk moved away from our Shadowhawk. Could spend some time trying to kill this infantry, but I'm not all that concerned about it. If I'm honest, I don't really care. If I can avoid them, that is ideal. We're going to have to come back and eventually kill him. Your Griffin is struggling. Were you here at the beginning when you landed on the ground, fell over, and hit your head? Literally. You had to use edge to reroll landing on your face. So, other than that, you're doing fine. Oh, and also you're missing all your background. Guess I need to read it. No, you're not allowed to do that, Shade. Because this is actual Hatchetman. The only reason why Warden is getting away with being able to name his mech the Arbalest is because technically the Arbalest doesn't exist yet, and it won't exist for another 39 or so years. Infantry or speed bumps avoid them. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. I'd like to get you a jumping and a hopping, and get you up here, turning towards you. Infantry can be devastatingly dangerous, but I didn't give him jump infantry because I didn't think that made sense for an installation defense unit. Let's see what else we got. Oh, they're moving out with their skulkers now. They want to actually see what's going on here. I think I want to leave this dervish. What condition are you in? Oh, you are so dead. It's just a matter of time. Oh, just help you. Well, we have a Hatchetman. That's the problem. There is an actual Hatchetman that's on the field right now. Okay, I can't stand still because otherwise I'll get shot with this mech. But I also don't want to move outside of melee range with it. Here's what I'm going to do. Jerk. Walk. Could walk through this. No, I can't stay next to him. That's the problem. Is there anything left in terms of weapons? Oh yeah, he's fully packing. Jeez. Yeah. Oh no, the grasshopper, not the hatcherman. Right. Gotta remember that. The problem with this griffin, if he stands still, these two are going to target him, and they'll get a bonus to hit him because he stood still, so I'm not going to do that. Not going to risk that. These griffins have already been dented a little bit too much, and I don't want to actually lose any of them. Otherwise, bad things will happen. Oh, good! You didn't move! That was dumb of you. Let's go kill people. By the way, how is the mic on this one? Is it peaking? Is it too quiet? I recently changed a couple of settings and I actually haven't had an opportunity to like fix them properly, like test them out and listen to them, because I have been desperately trying to hunt down that problem with the microphone peaking when I'm getting super excited. So let me know how that's going out. We may as well turn this into a fully experimental stream. We're having a lot of fun with it. Alright. It's all good? Good. That's good to hear. The AI just needs to figure out what it wants to do now. These transgressors are going to get killed so hard. If I leave them here for much longer, they're probably going to die. Mike is good this time? Oh, that's great. There's one of the self-propellers. These rhinos are going to be rough. If we don't get a lucky ammunition explosion, we're going to have a bad day with them. Because they are armored to the gills. And then getting through the infantry is actually going to be a little bit rough here, because we are going to have to either clear a height 3 wall or go through them. Both of them are not quite great. Alright. And this infantry's... I'm starting to think... Oh yeah, because I'm not using... Right. That's dumb. I need to switch the ghost targets on, don't I? Alright. The AI tries to figure out exactly where it wants to move in order to not die. Systematically bombarding everything around here. I like how the, yeah. Okay, who do we want to kill? Everybody. But aside from everybody, who else do we want to kill? You're stunned. I could drop on you. Accelerate. Go up. Pass over this. See if I can't stay on the map here. I can. Good. A nice... Wow, that's moving quite a lot today. Oh, it's because I went up. It's accelerating so much. Alright, that'll get him out of harm's way next turn. He still gets shot at this one, but it'll not be as bad. Accelerate. Go up. Fly over this. Curling as fast as you can. Oh, you're so much a tighter turner. That's great. Okay, transit. You are not out of the fight yet, but you're getting pretty close there. Go up. And pass over. No, I didn't think you could make that turn anyway. So we'll just give him a nice wide route that he can come back on. Can I make this turn? I can. Great, he'll be in a position to do something next turn. The first transgressor went down, I'm pretty sure. No, the transit was the one that got shot at, but it took off again. It's actually this transit. Like, this transit ended up getting shot in the first turn, crash landed, then the pilot lifted it off again and is now flying and blowing stuff up. So, that's what we're dealing with. Certifiable badasses. I need to select my transit. Okay, so let's go. Accelerate. I've got to do it. Maneuver. Half roll. Nope, half roll is not going to do it. I'm going to have to do something about it though. So that's it left. But that should work. Oh, no, he side slips one tile too soon. I need him to side slip up here. Nope, that's not it. Accelerate. Maneuver. I think it's split S. No, I'm just not in a position to go after this guy. That sucks. Okay, well, if we're not in a position to do anything to him, accelerate, go up. Yeah, we can't turn that. We'll just get out of dodge for now, and we'll return later. Alright, so the dervish has fallen and can't seem to get itself up, so it's still on the ground. So that's lovely. You hit go down instead of go up. For what? He's at altitude 5. He's at altitude 1. Right, he can't shoot then. If he shoots, he'll die. Well, he'll land unplannedly. Litho braking, I believe, is the technical term for it. Right, you are not doing anything this round. You are at altitude 5, so you're perfectly safe. Unfortunately, you didn't pass. Oh, you did, because a skulker drove underneath you. If you could kill him. Fire, fire, fire. Yes, triple large lasers into the skulker. Thank you for giving him a job to do. You did not fly over anyone. You did not fly over anybody, unfortunately. Nobody actually worked to help you out, it looks like. Oh, wait, shoot. No, I picked the wrong one. I meant to shoot the artillery. Oh, well. It's not the biggest of deals. So I need to select your right side base. Right side. Is anybody in range? Automatic failure. Sure, target my own transgressor. If I use my autocannon bay, will it shoot further? No. 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 Yeah, we're just incapable of supporting anymore. So, unfortunately, the King Cobra is done providing fire support. Unless we want it to, you know, kill the pilots nearby, and we're not going to have it do that. You are going to shoot a Pegasus? Potentially. How about a Trebuchet? It's standing on top of a hill like an idiot. Good. Good, kill it. Kill the Trebuchet. Fire. Damage. High-low. Large laser. Trebuchet. Fire. Fire and fire. The Atlas still has a flamer? Wow, that means that literally Baron is the only one who actually brought any anti-infantry weapons to the fight. Interact with LRM on the Skulkers from the Union. It doesn't have the range, apparently. That's what it was saying. That it did. The target was out of range, not the target had blocked line of sight. LRM 15. Do we really cook it? I think we may as well cook it a little bit. We would be 7 heat over. Okay, so we'll shut off one of those medium lasers and we'll instead fire with the LRMs, because they'll do a little bit more damage, hopefully. Okay, that's the B9. You're going to torso twist, because you got it. Target Trebuchet. Damage, high-low. And you have triple large laser. Fire, fire, fire. I think that Trebuchet is probably dead, but I'm not positive. Highlander is not really reached. Oh, it does have an LRM 20. The reason why we're all focusing on the Trebuchet is because he's standing out like a sore thumb, a super easy target. So we may as well just mob him with everything we've got. 13. 10. Skulkers at the basic cliff were just LOS blocked? Oh, okay. We'll take a shot at them next time. I'll need to have somebody mark them out and spot them. You really don't... Well, you do have a LRM 20, don't you? Use that. See if you can't hit him. Why not? And so the Arbalest is unfortunately not in range yet with his SRM-6s. We need to give Warden some more time to actually get in range. But Platoon firing their SRMs at the Grasshopper is unfortunate because that's going to hurt a little bit. Damage, hello. 10, 8 and 8 and 9. Let's hit the Shadowhawk. Let's make him suffer and cry. Fire. We'll keep it that. We're starting to build up a little bit too much heat on that Griffin, but it should be okay for now. If that's the case, then fire. Fire, and we're good with that. Shadefire Hawk already got engine critted or what? Nah, he hasn't yet. He did get a through armor critical, it just failed to do anything. So he is once again, you know, impressing the judges with how easily he actually has his armor penetrated. Don't really have a target anymore for the Phoenix Hatchet. There's nobody in range for it. Just gonna have to get in closer soon. The Raven will flip its arms and do nothing. Flipped its arm. Crap, I forgot to select it to change its systems. Who's up next? Phoenix Hawk, DML. Actually in range of things. Whether I can actually do anything to those things is entirely a different question. Trebuchet is 10. Yeah, we may as well blaze away at it. If you got the weapons, you may as well use them. Union taking more hits, but luckily it wasn't on the aft this time. A couple of hits. Transgressor has done a fairly decent job of ripping into it. Made the first Skulker immobile. Unfortunately has not blown it up, which was kind of the hope. More infantry blazing away at buildings that they shouldn't be. Looks like the B9 is doing a decent amount of damage to it, to the trebuchet was shooting at, but didn't actually manage to penetrate anything. Atlas fired that. Skulker. So our Shadowhawk blew off the right arm of their Shadowhawk. So Thorn already starting to try and take kills here. Yeah, the enemy Shadowhawk is not in a good place right now. Having a very bad day. Grasshopper succeeded in not falling over. The Shadowhawk for the enemy did fall. The ship should remove the little armor completely. It's more like a style accessory. Give him the hatchet. Actually, no, kicking is more accurate, isn't it? It is. Kick him. No stomping on pilots. And he's... So that is Iceman's Grasshopper managed to step on the Shadowhawk, ignited his ammo, and blew the whole mech up. And we picked up one of their pilots. The two mech lances that were here that were supposed to support this force, they ain't doing so hot. The northern one is completely dead. The southern one, this guy's missing an arm and is now immobile, which is the pilot's been knocked out because of it. Because he tried to get up so much he knocked himself out. They've lost their Shadowhawk. They lost their Griffin to the first round headshot from the transits. And the Trebuchet is pretty much the only thing that's actually intact of the Southern Lance. This infantry company got entirely wiped out by the landing and then a little bit of follow-up light fire from the dropship. This infantry company is entirely intact. They're just incredibly slow. Our jet fighters have been wreaking havoc on things, although we probably need to get a couple of them out of there. Are these the mech troops with lesser training level? That was the Dervish and the Shadowhawk were the lesser trained mechs. So they had lower pilot skills on them. Alright, Raven. Special? Should be able to set something like ghost targets on you. I'm not quite sure how to do that. Turn, prone, physicals, trading at X. Oh yeah, it's an equipment thing, isn't it? Current sensors, mech radar, mech hours. So we need to go to systems, electronic warfare, mode ECM, mode ghost targets. There. Now that's set up. Now he's actually providing the protection he was supposed to be providing from before. He only has a few hexes of actual protection that he's granting, so we're just going to keep him sort of working around this group here so they don't die. I think we just walk the B9 up a little bit slowly because it is a fire support Atlas. It's not actually designed to get up close and personal with the enemy. So, Stalker will... We need to get the Archer out of the way first. Arbalest, where are you? There you are. Get you moving forward so you can get your SOs. It's like a ghost. Stalker will maneuver into that old position. Slowly but surely. A lot of mountains and hills on this one. Finally, we'll probably be able to breach the walls next round. Frontline Phoenix Hawk for the win. There's two of them at this point. We've got our Phoenix Hawk with a hatchet, which is trying to get forward because it was way over here, beating the crap out of this blackjack, and now it needs to get to the front. And then we've got our DML, which is right here, right in front, which will continue to be moving up front, so he can keep blasting into the enemy. Speaking of which, let's keep moving the Atlases forward. There's not a whole heck of a lot of elegance to driving an Atlas. You just walk. Also on YouTube, by the way. Well, we're trying to spread the two. I mean, in order to become a partner on Twitch, I need to have 50 followers. So there is that. Trebuchet, I need to stop it from moving. I want the 1S Griffin, though. Here's the 1S Griffin. The reason why I want it is because I want to jump it right next to the Dervish so I can kill it. It technically takes up an initiative slot, so I don't want to have to deal with it right now. And the Griffin, I'll wait to move Cobra until after the Trebuchet has moved, if at all possible. Okay, so that's all up there. You need to keep unloading people. Unload. Let's get Larendel's Charger on out. Just continually disgorging mechs. The Charger has arrived. He can't jump over mountains, but we're going to work on it. Black Knight will get out at 1910. And only be able to get a little bit farther forward because of all the blocking mechs. It becomes a little bit of a bottleneck, doesn't it? Hey, chat people on Twitch and have we met any of the announcements? Yes, the artillery has been opening fire so far all game. They managed to nail a couple of shots around over here. They haven't actually hit anything. They do keep scattering all over the place, but they have been firing. There were 4 sniper artillery pieces, which have been just blasting away whenever they can. No Marauder this turn? We're working on it. There's a lot of people who got to get out of this union. And there's only so many doors. Oh, I have to move. The DML, keep it forward. Keep it moving forward. Jump. Yeah, we'll just jump on forward. You know, we don't want to do that. This pilot actually does need to, you know, hit things. Or shoot at things, not hit things. Killed 2, have we? Okay, the Trebuchet finally moved. Now we can kill it. See, there is one dead sniper here. I think you only killed 1. It's Rhino. Self-propelled. Yep, there's 3 of them. So you've only killed 1 so far. Try to do the trick you did turn 1 to get more... I don't know what I did to get more people out. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Yeah, Shadowhawk. You can maneuver around over here and utilize your superior melee fighting skills to hopefully kill that Trebuchet. Also, you're going to get shot at by infantry, but I don't think you really care about getting shot at by infantry. At least not from this range. Oh, actually, no, they do have an SRM, so they do have a longer range. They're a little bit more effective at shooting people. Hopefully we'll kill this one and this one this turn. I can just shell that SRM team, because that SRM team actually does have some range to it, which makes life a little bit more difficult. Oh, I think I want to go after the hunter. So let's jump. Can I see the hunter from here? I can. There we go. Just like the Union used the menu bar on the top left. I don't know what that I did on turn 2, and it only let me get a couple of people out. So I'm not sure what happened, why it happened, or how to make it happen again. But we're working. So Trebuchet should hopefully get axed. There's nobody really aiming our direction, so hopefully that just simple turnaround instead of moving will not get the Grasshopper in too much trouble. No promises, but hopefully. We're working on it. Oh, getting y'all out of this without having you paradrop is difficult. Also because, you know, several dropship doors I think are being blocked off at the moment. So there is that. We'll get your Marauder out next turn. What will be left inside the base, I don't know. Although this does mean you haven't actually damaged the base facilities, which I was expecting you all to land right about here. This is what I was doing all my practice runs on in order to like learn the landing and the dropping and the setup. I was anticipating you guys to land right here, which was going to damage part of the base. None of it would have collapsed, because if you actually look at it, you'll notice they've all got ridiculously high CFs. Like this one's 200. This one's like 150, except it gets shot at right now. So it's down to 103. But yeah, this base is pretty tough. So my plan was to land in the middle of the base and just barbecue everything inside of here. That's why all of the artillery pieces were right here and the anti-aircraft was right here. But then you guys were like, no, we're going to land on the hilltops outside. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that. There's nothing stopping you. And so that's exactly what they did. Worked out pretty well. Who's left? Pegasus needs to move. Oh, it's moving. Well, it's a military base, not your little seaside condo. Oh, it's a fire base. Alright, so Phoenix Hawk. Time for you to move. Time for you to jump. Time to fly. Alright, coming back to the planes. So first of all, we're gonna go up, go. I can only go up a little bit. Isn't this... I think this is the damaged one. Accelerate. Go up, go up. Oh yeah, this is the damaged one. Shoot. I can only go up once. This will make this thing a little bit more difficult to work with. I think I should just get this transgressor out of here. Because it might be a little bit too dangerous to try and use. Alright, transit needs to accelerate, go up. And then can't make that turn. That's alright. It'll be in position to strike something... Ooh, we can strike the infantry. I don't have any bombs on me, but we can do it. They weren't allowed to carry bombs on their fighters because the fighters were re-entering with them. Okay, you need to... What's your status? Hold on. You're good. You're perfectly fine. Okay, let us accelerate. Maneuver. Split S. No, hammerhead. And drive right back into the middle of the group. Ugh. Split S loses me altitude, that's why I chose not to do it. But it is the easier technique to do. Accelerate, maneuver, split S. Okay. There. Also, it gives me tons of velocity to go with it because I'm dropping altitude. But it is a slightly easier technique to try. He did not make that turn. He has disappeared. Okay. I'm not sure where he's gone, but he's not here anymore. Oh, there he is. Okay, so he just flew straight. That's fine. Accelerate. Can you get the hunter? I cannot. But I can be positioned for getting the hunter next turn. Pilot of the dervish blacked out because he kept trying to stand up so often. Transgressor failed this maneuver by 1. Oh, that sucks. Alright, we'll go. Oh, shoot! The artillery hit something! So the artillery actually managed to nail Warden's archer for 20 damage. You guys were all joking about it. He even took a hit to the head doing it. Oof. That hurt. Y'all was insulting the artillery. So he got dead on hit by that too. You know, if they start walking fire onto that Union, it's gonna die quick. It'll hit all over the place. It's gonna be painful. We can't see anybody with the Phoenix Hawk, so the Phoenix Hawk's just gonna shoot at the trebuchet that we can see. Oh no, this is the oh, this is B9. Doesn't really matter. It's gonna do the exact same thing anyway. Fire, fire. Give me your LRM-15. Fire that as well. And you're done. The Stalker has a target on the trebuchet. And we'll fire, triple fire. It's large lasers. And some medium lasers. No, not in range. That melee specialist. Oh, do you have a target in fire support, Dave? The melee specialist Stalker blazing with large lasers. Warren remains active. That's why he's last lead. Luck of the draw. Fire at that Rhino support tank because it's deadly. Like it's legitimately could probably wipe out a mech or two on its own. So we do have to be a little bit careful about it. Who's next? Oh yeah, you are up. I need to get the Phoenix Hawk or somebody really. I needed somebody to spot the Skulker so I can fire the LRMs in indirect fire mode on the Union. You flew over nobody. You have an aimed shot, but you're not actually flying over them. You are flying over the infantry on the other hand. Now this is a case where it is time to use the medium lasers, because the medium lasers, well, every single weapon that we fire at this infantry is only going to deal 1 damage. So, what's the Rhino's armament? A whole bunch of LRM 20s. We're just going to blaze away with that. So you really do not want to get on this thing's bad side. And give him an SRM. Here we go. The Archer. Archer will... Yeah, let's give him this much. So Warden's going to be able to blow up the Skulker on his own. I doubt that it's going to require anything else. And you're going to go me damage high-low. You can see the trebuchet. Barely. Fire! Lorendell will begin to enter the battle. With actually a fairly interesting amount of firepower. I actually really like this charger. I think this charger 1A5 is actually fairly decent in what it looks like. It's quick for an assault, but it's not turbo-sized engine anymore. Which, you know, your mileage may vary if you desire that. Medium lasers haven't range to do anything. But for our purposes, it's fairly nice. And you were going to go attack this. Not you, but the Hunter Light Support Tank. Are you still on repeat with the music? I'm not paying attention. Yeah, it's on repeat. If you look in the lower left-hand corner, it should... Like, can you see that, Sprog? The lower left-hand corner? The scrolling thing? Because if not, then I've messed up. But hopefully you can see it. The album's only 45 or 48 minutes long or something like that. Okay, so yeah, so it's on track 2 again, so yeah, it's repeating. But I'd rather not faff about with it at the moment. I mean, I suppose I could, but... let's just core him out. Let's not kill the pilot, let's be nice. I have received specific orders from the company commander not to kill people if I don't have to. So we will avoid doing that. Gonna Alpha Strike everything we got there. And the Phoenix Hawk will continue. This Trebuchet, the fact that he's still up there is a testament to his stupidity. The Raven doesn't have a target. Who's this? Oh yeah, the Phoenix Hawk. Can you target the Trebuchet with your axe? As you know, twist, target the Skulker. Can't hit that. Now we're down to just these ones. Show me the arms. There's the arms. He's going to be firing out both of his arm guns. And the Union doesn't have a target. Impossible. Aft bay. Automatic failure. LRM bay. Impossible, because apparently the range is 17 to it. So. You didn't fly over anybody, so you can't shoot anybody. You luckily did not die. You just flew forward. Got a big deja vu to me. Okay. Alright, so the Raven ghost targets are active. Needed a 7 for ghost targets. Rolled a 12. Nice job. Whew. That was a hell of a roll. This means that dropship is going to be damn near impossible to hit. Hopefully. Because of ghost targets. Trebuchet fired at the Highlander. I managed to nail it both times with the LRM. The Atlas opened fire on the Trebuchet and is starting to pick off more of that armor. Still haven't gotten through, which is a bit surprising to me. Stalker opened fire on the Trebuchet and set off the ammo. Just right off the bat. It's a good job there, Vanguard. Yeah, Ginger managing to be an ace with that electronic jamming. That's why he took off the turrets. Clearly, that's how it works. Okay. So Trebuchet is now dead, thanks to Vanguard laserizing it. And the Foot Platoon opened fire on more machine gun stuff. Shadowhawk SP managed to get lit up pretty bad with the load damage, although it looks worse than it is. And then the Atlas fired at the Trebuchet. Yeah, there's nothing left of this Trebuchet. It's atomized. And then, you know, Warden walks in with the Archer and just blitzes everything he's got. He has managed to make this thing extra doubly super immobilized, but he hasn't actually managed to kill it. Oh wait, no. No, he blew it up. Good job. thus demonstrating the firepower of 5 SRM-6s in classic tabletop. Charger unfortunately managed to miss all his shots, but it was a very difficult shot anyway. And then, yeah, looks like Thorn didn't actually want to bother to get into melee combat because he set off the ammunition right away. And the Union is down to 70 armor in the aft, 65 armor in the aft. This could go bad if we don't kill him quickly. The Dervish is dead. We set off the ammunition, and then he ejected, failed his pilot check, and died. So that's a bit unfortunate. We only blew up the mech. We didn't intend to actually kill the pilot. But that is, he's no longer with us. Shadowhawk hits center torso, but rerolled with edge. Oh, yeah. So we got shot at by one of the hunters. They started to peel away some of our armor, but we're doing okay. And luckily for us, Thorn manages not to fall with an 11. Atlas could start beating down the walls, but I think we'd prefer not to do that. We do want to take this base intact. We do not step on pilots. You can not break that. Break that building, though. Just to help him out. Give it a kick. You may as well. That did break it. And we managed to pick up one of the pilots. Yes, you did. There was no need to use your awesome melee abilities. And more shells are out. Beware of where they land. That is the only thing I have to warn people about. Run forward with the B9. Do I need to run forward with the B9? I really don't. Can you see everything from where you are? You can't. Maybe we should back you up. No, we'll get you in close. You're an Atlas. Atlases are supposed to engage. Somebody give me access to you. It is time to unload. Marauder, get on out there. Go to 1910. There we go. Unfortunately, I should have moved the stalker first, but that's... You use PPCs, is fine. Unload, coordinates, go to 1609. Do I have that? I go to 1709. We'll do that. That's the Raven. So both Ravens are now on the field. And the Union, I don't think, has anything left inside, does it? Dump bombs, weapons, no. I think it's empty. I mean, it's taken quite bad hits at this point. So there is 76 health left if you attack this thing from the bottom. So this Union 1 is going to be in for repairs for a very long time, and 2 could break. Everybody said hi to Grimac. Did Grimac try to veto this plan because it put... Yes, absolutely. He was not happy, but you know what? You guys made a convincing argument. I'm not sure what that argument was, but somebody can figure it out at some point. Okay, rush you in because you are an anti-vehicle monster. If Warden can get the Arbalist on top of something, it's going to wipe people out. Well, on top of vehicles at least. Highlander, you can fly. This building has a structure health of 100. That might be a little bit more dangerous than I otherwise would like. In fact, you're going to walk one more turn, and then you're going to jump over the mountain. Atlas 7D. I need to get the Phoenix Hawk out of the way. Phoenix Hawks. Multiple Phoenix Hawks. Jump. Okay, we're going to drop you in on the base. You can start infiltrating now. In fact, both Phoenix Hawks can do that. Where is my other one? Black Knight, Shadowhawk, Griffin, New. Where is my Phoenix Hawk DML? There it is. Jump. Hop over the walls. You're going to be working with our boy. 2 Phoenix Hawks operating together to sneak through the base. Cue Solid Snake music. You are basically just going to keep doing little loops around here. Keep the dropship alive. We're going to move forward. Atlas will get right up to the gates. That way we can start wiping people out, hopefully. Charger is going to take a little while to actually charge into things. So you know what? Charger's going to get impatient. Charger's going to move down here. Start blasting through the southern entrance. And the Black Knight will go with him. Black Knight will charge as well. It needs to get into melee range, but once we can get there, we can do a lot of damage. Alright, so we're starting to envelop the base now. So they still have quite a few of these left. But if we can start taking out these vehicles pretty quick, then we can have this base entirely. And that'll put us in a much more comfortable position. And then we'll hold the base, which will be great. Although all that's going to require the King Cobra dies, and none of this was worth it. But hopefully it won't die. Yes, the Raven is doing donuts. Because otherwise the King Cobra could explode. And we don't want that. You're all dead, except for the infantry. We're going to ignore the infantry, and we're just going to start charging forward. How good is the armor on you at this point? Your back armor, not so hot. Your front armor, fine. Or, what I could do is I'm going to kill you. Holorems. Can I back up enough? I can't. I gotta move one more. There we go. Maybe we can get a little bit of light fire down to this foot platoon. It's out in the open, we may as well try and hit it. Does the base have any repair facilities? No. No, it is purely a fire base with, you know, infantry facilities and some vehicle depots for ammunition, that sort of thing. But it is not a repair base. Which is why you guys brought the King Cobra. That was the goal behind that, was to make it so that in very short order you would have a repair center up and running, rather than having to wait. Armor. Armor's also lighting back. Jump. Keep you alive as best as we can. Up over there. We'll have to get this Griffin moving forward as well. I won't bother to wipe out the infantry. If it comes down to just infantry being on the map, I will leave them for whatever devices they have for themselves. Like, we could move the Raven forward, but everyone's like, no, keep the Raven back by the dropship. So that's what I'll do. I don't mind fulfilling certain things like that. And there's a lot of LRMs. It's only going to get worse as this campaign moves forward. In this particular contract, you guys are going to be running into a lot of long-range artillery. Just based on the way I have it planned. Because most installations will be well defended by things like this. Oh, you moved next to the Highlander. I can shoot at you with a lot of weapons. Maybe you'll actually die to one. That would be ideal. After all, you're only a scout car. What could you possibly do? Hey, I'm still trying to figure out what it should do with its Pegasus hover tanks. I think next time I'll try and avoid giving them hover tanks. They don't quite know what to do with them. Well, they do, but they get very confused by all their movement options. And all of this half of the map that is no longer used. Aside from an area for my aircraft to zip in and out. Which they're doing a lovely job, by the way. Just need to give them time. Hopefully the thing is actually working properly. Oh, he's on the move. It's my turn to move. No. Alright, the Grasshopper is up, ready to rock, but I'm not gonna... Well, I could leave him around for this foot platoon, but I'm not gonna bother. I did cook you a little bit. He's only at 1, really. Ooh, I can move forward aggressively then. Bounce. Alright, on to the aircraft. Oh, I want to fly over the rhinos. Give me a good angle to fly over the rhinos from. Oh, interesting. No, it's going to require a pilot checker. Oh, no, it didn't. He just is getting light on his thrust. Alright, that's fine. You can... Well, you're going to fly off. So let us fly off. Yes, I wish to fly off the map. Yes, I would like to return to the map. He'll be back in another couple of turns. Transit. Accelerate. Can you get over a rhino? You could if you had more speed. There we go. Want to attack these rhinos? What could go wrong with this small car? We'll be fine. Everything will be fine. We gotta take out these rhinos, though. These rhinos are gonna be a serious problem. I can't do it. I don't have enough. That's more than a little amusing. Okay, that'll work. Alright, so one of our transgressors have flown off the map, but it's the damaged one. And the artillery hit! and scattered and blew up the infantry with the SRMs. The ones that we had been worried about because they'd been blasting our back the entire time. So, yeah. Sucks to be them. Maybe I should keep that artillery around. Let's see. These to clear up because they're not supposed to be here. But I couldn't trader them. Supposed to be traded. Transgressor, you flew over both a self-propelled artillery gun and a rhino, but the rhino's more dangerous. So let's see if we can't kill it. So fire those. Other transit flew over the other fire support tank. You're going to do exactly the same thing. Danger way too close. Well, he did fire right here. Wow. I guess it did scatter, but yeah, that was his hit, and he managed to blow up the infantry nearby. So we don't have to worry about them no more. Just these two. He's got a little bit better range because he's got a machine gun, but this guy has a range of maximum of 3. So 1, 2, 3. You stay outside of it. He can't do anything. Where did this guy go? He flew over the rhino as well, so he's going to needle it with large lasers. Oh, his heat is a problem. Well, if your heat's a problem, let's burn everything. Alright. You are going to not shoot that because your PPC doesn't have the capability of handling that. You're going to twist, though. Right, this is the long-range fire support atlas. I guess it's a scout armored car. 10 or 9. Well, it's not much better, so I'm just going to blaze at you. Hit it with the flavors. That won't work. But that will. Finish with you. The Stalker has a shot on nobody. Oh wait, no, he has a shot way off in the distance that he's not actually in range to take. So that kind of sucks. And again, we're not going to shoot pilots. Highlander, right next to this car. Okay. AC-20, medium laser, and let's say an SRM-6 follow-up. See if anything actually hits on that one. The other Atlas doesn't have... Oh, the building is blocking. Interesting. Target the building. Fire an AC-20 in it. Plus a couple of medium lasers. And an SRM. If you bring the building down... Oh shoot, I forgot he has aft firing lasers. You can shoot this Pegasus scout tank. You have a lot of SRMs and you do an excellent job of it. I don't believe you're in range to hit anybody. No, you're not. PPCs are not in a range to do anything either. Operating very much on the edge of their capability. Aside from the infantry platoon. That's right, we're going to fire lightning guns at infantry. This is going to work out perfectly. Their base every long does. Not yet it ain't. And you're not in range to do anything. Shadowhawk, we're going to shoot at you. Fire the large laser. Skip. Fire the LRMs. The Griffin is not in a position to do anything, and so shall also fire its lightning gun towards the infantry platoon and its LRMs. This Griffin is, however, in a position to do something with a large laser and more LRMs. You'll notice that this Griffin and this Shadowhawk have the exact same weapon loadout. That's all I'm going to say. You're in range to fire your large laser, which you shall. And your medium lasers are also in range. Lovely. It's a surprise, like a bunch of lasers and a multi-ton hatchet rounding the corner. This is true. This Phoenix Hawk can't do anything. You can only shoot it at a single individual, which we're not allowed to do. Same with you. You have no target. You have no target. Okay, the Raven, ghost target of 9 operating. Not terrible. What skill are you taking? We're gonna have to double check. If it's pilot skill, we gotta increase the Raven's pilot skill. Weapons fire for the platoon, the machine guns, more at the buildings. And the transit unfortunately missed with its AC-20, but did manage to follow up and immobilized one of the rhinos. Unfortunately, that doesn't really help us because the rhinos don't really need to move to do what they do. So the other transit also missed with his AC-20, but did manage to nail with his medium laser, but didn't get a critical at this time. The Skulker got hit, or the Skulker hit the Highlander. Transgressor came around and just ripped into him, and then just unloaded everything And this is the transgressor that we overheated, so he's going to have to take a pilot skill check. But by overheating him, we managed to nail him with a through armor critical with a medium laser, which set off his ammunition, which 2 of his LRM boxes were already completely empty. So that's how many shots he actually managed to fire. But we set him off and blew up the entire tank. So that's one of the rhinos down. And then the Atlas got hit by the Pegasus, scattered damage all over the place. Our own B9 managed to immobilize the scout hover tank, but didn't actually kill it. And another Pegasus into things. Ooh, hit the head. So unfortunately, that will be an injury down on... Who's running Adderlands right now? Gotta double check that. It's been a little while since we've done a mission. The Highlander managed to nail the Skulker with an AC-20 and just blew it apart. Just gone. No more need to read that. The Transit got hit by the Rhino, and the Atlas managed to stun the crew of the building. We were just wasting fire into it. It's only got 39 health left. Archer managed to nail the Pegasus and made it immobile, but didn't manage to hit with the 4 following SRM follow-up, so wasn't able to kill it. The Transit took a crit on his medium laser, which is not great. Repairing aircraft is very, very hard. The D is an NPC? Oh, okay. I thought the D had a pilot in it. PPC, the foot platoons managed to miss. Hunter Light support tank miss. Lots of misses. We did hit an LRM 10 on him. Damage doubled, so... Infantry damage changed from 10 to 2. Infantry platoon caught in the open, so 4 damage. Yeah, that's why infantry are not horrifically bad at all things. Because they're surprisingly resilient. Alright, so the Highlander blew up his Skulker. The Atlas could punch it, but I'm not going to bother. You have no target, you have no target. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. This is why we don't overheat. So, oh no, this one got shot. Ooh. Yeah, one of the transits got shot down. So Crash is suffering 160 damage. Probably hit a building on the way through. So we've lost one of our aircraft. That's not replaceable. Coming to the Discord, remaining 57%. Oh yeah, because we sent everybody over. This stat is not accurate because we sent it because we had to traitor half the units. Sniper rounds are about to land. Yeah, where's that crash site? Ooh, it's one of these. There's our transit, or rather what's left of it. It did not survive. Time to move the Raven. Okay, push forward. I could just leave the B9 here, but I feel that would be totally wasted and pointless. So we're gonna push forward with it. Show me the other Atlas. NPC Atlas, go! Hi, Atlas has rounded the corner. I hope you were ready for fun. Darker will stride. Highlander will jump. Come around the corner. The next turn he should be engaged. And the Archer will zip on forward. We'll pick up the mech warrior on the way through. That'll be another person off the field. Running the Charger towards the front entrance. The Marauder needs the Raven J to move, but the Raven J just moved, so we'll move the Marauder slightly to the side. Black Knight's pushing down to the south with the Charger. And I think we're just going to leave everybody there who's dead is dead. I do need to start shooting this infantry, though, and the only way to do that is to, unfortunately, move a little bit too close to the rifle infantry. I'd rather not do that, but I will take only light hits. Surprise Highlander over the wall. Yup! It's one of the fun things about having a 90-ton assault mech that can fly. Your heat is what? Oh, 18! You're doing nothing this turn. Just sit there and chill and hope that you don't die. I mean, you'll be down to 6 heat, so you won't be dead, but you're not doing anything. We fired a bit too much with you. We got carried away. It's true. Just maneuvering around all the infantry. Oh, the sniper came back to play with the Highlander. That's gonna be interesting. Could run up on top of you and just blaze you with all of my weapons. Maybe 5 hits, but... Did everybody run? I think they all ran. Oh no, there I can see one unit. so that is unfortunate. There's no way we can jump to. Alrighty. We'll walk up to the infantry and blitz them. Yeah, we're going to take a lot of return fire, but we should be fine so long as they don't hit the head. Famous last words. You can come around the corner and engage the Hunter Light Support Tank. How confident you feeling, Shade? Too late. Haha, Shade made every single one of those pilot skill checks. Good job. Raven's charging forward. Get a little light fire going down. Should have him probably pick up the pilot, but that's okay. Wait for the base to figure out what end is up as we've just invaded it. We've got our jump jet mechs over the walls and now they're charging in. And no one will be able to stop us this time. Really, it's that Rhino that's the biggest threat. The self-propelled artillery guns are kind of dangerous, and if they get a run of good luck, we'll blow up the King Cobra. Which still has me really worried, because they have just, if they fire in one round, they will blow it up. And then I won't have a dropship anymore. And I'll have to cart the entire company around by chartering other services. Oh, which would be unpleasant in many, many ways. Okay, Pegasus moving around out there. We will get our DML to fire support, I think. Yeah, that'll be close enough. Move forward like so. Combined arms, trying to get everybody out. Is there anybody left inside? Is everybody unloaded? Yep, everybody's unloaded. Okay, there's nobody inside the Union anymore. So the Union can't lift off. I have made a rule stating if the Union takes off, then the Union must retreat towards friendly lines. So that is not a concern. You're out of control, so what I'm going to do, in order to keep you from dying, is to... Where's the fly off button? Oh no. I can't even fly him off. No, with any luck he won't die, otherwise we're going to have lost 2 of our fighters in this one. Lightwood's damaged. The Union got hit by the artillery shell for 10 damage, so that means it was close, but not inside the center hex to actually be nailed. So we got lucky there, but that does mean they're starting to hit us. And the armor is getting somewhat weak. It is a concern. Okay, B9 Atlas will target... apparently, will target the immobilized hover tank. What is your armor? Armor is... front is 16, left side... Well, I can only see your front, so there's that. Just burn through the front. Fire PPC at it, follow up with a large laser, and then a medium laser just to be sure. That should kill that, hopefully. Stalker, twist. Target the Pegasus. You have been insanely accurate with these large lasers. Please continue to do so. And... Highlander, you have one of your primary targets right in front of you. Please wipe it out. It is just jump, so we can't do everything we want to do to it, but we'll fire the AC-20 and the SRM-6s to hopefully crit it into oblivion. Twist. Target the self-propelled gun. Target LS back. Ooh, who's shooting me? Oh no, it's the archer that's taking shot. Target the fire support tank. If we see it, it's gotta die. It'll nail it on a 6. There we go. Who's that? It is the archer. Twist. You can target... Really, I could target the foot platoon just to wipe it out, but I'm going to target the self-propelled artillery as it's a primary target. And Charger can attack the foot platoon. Is there only a foot platoon here? Okay. I wish I had cluster shells so badly. If we had cluster shells, then we would actually be able to do quite a bit of damage to this thing. Is that on the exterior? Okay, we'll bring it on the building then. Yeah, if we had cluster shells, we could actually deal a ton of damage to infantry with our autocannons. And they would likely not survive. I think Vanguard built the Stalker with the intention of swapping to the medium lasers at close range. It has a crap ton of them. Yeah, I know why he intended to use it, but I want to penetrate the armor. You are really hard on for those medium lasers. Fire support tank. Hi, I've got PPCs. Damage, high, low. Fire, fire. Let's see if the Marauder can actually hit something. To be fair, it's going to be a very long-range shot, but if he manages to pull it off, that'll be pretty impressive. See if he can't bring down the house. Shadowhawk is going to twist. Yeah, Shadowhawk's going to join in on the bring down the house party. Fire. Mediums, mediums, missiles, and a large laser. And this Griffin just needs to chill. This Griffin, however, is going to fire all of his weapons at the infantry on the ground. Because maybe he'll be able to kill something. They are at a fortified location, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out. And you have penetrated the perimeter and may now engage with everything you've got. I can agree, medium lasers are efficient. Of course they're efficient. I would not deny that medium lasers are incredibly efficient. And the Raven is going to gang up on all the light armored cars. Maybe we'll actually hit him. Now the Phoenix Hawk. You have a sharp. Right here. Both of them are 9, so we target the Rhino. Rhinos are more dangerous. Considerably more dangerous. Because they have like 2 LRM-20s. They're basically super armored LRM carriers, which is literally how their lore describes them. So, they're not exactly something you want to mess with too much. 4, 5, 6. Fighters. You didn't fly over anybody. You didn't fly over anybody. Okay, the Atlas managed to hit the Pegasus a couple of times, made it immobile, and didn't kill it. Grasshopper took quite a few machine gun bullets, but is otherwise alive and okay. Stalker managed to damage the motive systems on the Pegasus. And looks like the SRM launcher from the foot platoon damaged the Archer a little bit. Honder missed with its AC-20 and its SRM-6, so unfortunately was not able to help out too much. Chalk up a firebase? He ain't done yet, trust me. Foot platoon missed. Atlas missed with AC-20, followed up with a couple of medium lasers and missiles, made the vehicle immobile, but the Rhino's not dead, and the Rhino will be able to shoot back next turn as well. Weapons fire from the Archer, managed to dent a whole bunch of things, and kept the self-propelled artillery alive with 1 structure point left. If this SRM-6 had managed to hit, it would have blown up the entire thing. Charger fired his AC-20 and hit the building, which is doing great amounts of damage. The Marauder missed both of his PPC shots, and the Black Knight is bringing down the house. That's going to be fun, because the infantry was in that house. Pegasus firing at the Atlas. Ooh, left torso rear on the Atlas B9 has been penetrated. Critical hits to the PPC and the heatsink, as well as a hit to the head from behind, it seems. LRM 5 of the foot platoon. We've damaged several infantry, but we haven't killed them. And the Rhino got a penetrating critical hit on the center torso. 38 armor in the way, still got 2 critical hit locations. The gyro's been nailed, and one of his rear-firing medium lasers. That is unfortunate. So, like I said, those Rhinos, do not count them out. Tabor destroyed. So, we've lost one of our AC-5 turrets because it broke the base, but that's fine. And the Atlas 7D falling over with a gyro failure. Oof. Now, who here has been like talking crap about the Rhinos? Because I think you're going to get people killed if you keep doing that. We do not step on pilots. We do, however, step on infantry. Kick him. Kick him in the face. Phoenix has nothing to kick. And we killed one dude. Aha! Looks like our transit has managed to recover and is not going to die, so I will be able to fly him off the map rather than have him die. Sniper shell is out. This is possible with medium lasers, especially when checked from the side in optimal range. Yeah. Let's see who is up. B9 needs to get people out of his back arc. because otherwise he's gonna be in a lot of pain. Move forward, right. Can we get a shot at all on him? That'll work. Okay, you're down. I need the dropship just to get him out of the queue. Forces the enemy to move and I don't have to. Okay, DML is gonna move in on that Rhino, I think, because it can't move, so like 5 checks that it just had to make. It made them all. That right there is a skillful pilot. So the DMO, of course, being driven by none other than Eyes. Eyes has managed to make one of the wibbliest wobbliest turns we've ever made one of our pilots do, on pavement no less. Alright, Shade, time to impress everybody. Hey, he made it too. Alright, so we're right next to the Orion now. Now we can get the real work done. Who's up next? The 2X. I'm gonna bring the 2X right around to the immobilized Pegasus. Again, we're gonna move the Atlas last because it has an exposed rear torso, and I don't want to bother with it. Although the one prone Atlas that we have, yeah, that ain't getting up anytime soon. You can turn this way. This Pegasus is what I'm waiting to move. Shadowhawk. Time to get rolling forward. I don't want to move you yet. That Griffin can bounce inside. You want to shoot something? Haven't you been shooting people? You've been blasting people with your medium lasers. And with any luck, this hunter won't move and you'll be able to continue to move. Grasshopper. Why has the ECM Griffin gone away? Because he's not protecting from anything anymore. The shells landing are not rolling that. They roll whether or not they hit the tile that they aimed at, not if they hit a target. So artillery doesn't matter. And these guys aren't actually shooting the King Cobra. So he doesn't need to be anywhere near there anymore. We have moved past that point. Just gotta rush on into base. We need to get a little bit of cover. Get a little bit of different distance between us and that infantry. Jump. No. That's your back armor? Haha, non-existent. Okay. Well, in that case, jump over here. So have you shut off the ghost targeting? No, it's still on. It's just whoever he's around, he will protect. So we'll keep it on and we'll get him to walk closer to people. Like these people who are in the middle of a fight for their lives. Marauder. You're just talking about the graphic that showed the range? The range of what? Okay, now I can move the B9 Atlas. Back up. There we go. I think the missile targeting works a lot better than I shall hack the artillery shell. Very true. Okay, we can see quite a lot of the artillery pieces now. They should be in a lot. Or they could stay. Hey! Look! Vanguard, you're gonna get a chance to actually do it. Somebody moved on top of you. You will be able to stomp them next turn. You need to move into here. They don't want to move that close to it. So Ghost Targeting does not have the same graphic. The ECM mode has... I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I'll double check it, but I set him to Ghost Targeting a while ago, and it should still be on. Alright. I think we're gonna go kill the infantry now. Maybe not. They might survive this. Charger. Gonna engage. Black Knight. Still out of range, but working on it. Accelerate. You're at altitude 1. Go up. Gotta get this guy some altitude again. He has an engine hit on him, so he's not exactly the most maneuverable thing at the moment. You're going to accelerate. Go up, go up. Nope, nope. You can stay at altitude 5. But then you're going to fly off the map. And artillery shell manages to hit nothing important. Okay, Atlas. Target the self-propelled artillery. PPC was destroyed. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, critted. We can fix it. When the Raven popped out, it had a 3-tile radius around it that was made of gray. When the Raven popped out, it was still using standard ECM instead of ghost targets. Fire the large laser, fire the medium laser, fire the medium laser. Fire a flamer too, just to say goodbye. Twist. You're going to target you, and fine. We will do the medium lasers like they've been asking. And we'll buzzsaw through with the mediums. We'll even fire a large laser just to add to the show. Highlander is going to target you. How much armor do you have? Specifically, where is your armor? 30 on the rear, 42 on the side, so it's not going to help, is it? Oh, I do have a rear shot. Can hit it with enough stuff, I can kill it. I'm going to go the 10 over almost. This is the Atlas. On the ground, unfortunately. Target the... No, target the self-propelled artillery. And we'll have you fire your AC-20 into... Oh, we can't. Block by LS terrain. Okay, who can you shoot? Do that. The archer, on the other hand, needs to shoot the foot platoon. Foot platoon's a bit too much dangerous at this point, because they're in tight around us, and we need to have them wiped. SRMs. Damage, hello. We'll use the SRMs if we can. Because they will hopefully deal more. Fire. Oh yeah, small lasers have a bonus damage to it. That's right. Small lasers are considered anti-infantry weapons. Warden is cooking? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we're cooking them a little bit just to see if we can't get a little bit of good work done out of them. We have a couple of anti-infantry. The B9 Atlas has a flamer, and the Charger has a small laser. Nobody else really does, but that's about it. We're currently operating on a bit of a shoestring budget when it comes to anti-infantry. Just keep firing missiles at the infantry. Maybe that'll get them to kill them. Twist. 8 fire and... Oh, you're cooking, I forgot. Chill out a bit. Impossible. Another 10. And a pair of medium lasers. Grasshopper has penetrated the perimeter, and we'll try and take down the dude over here. Which leaves us our Phoenix Hawk Hatchet, which is right next to the Rhino support vehicle. Isn't that lovely? Who's left with the Raven to deal with? Atlas is dealing with that. Yeah, you may as well join in on the fun. Blast him. Fire that SRM 6. Back in my head, we only had one small laser, one flamer in the company with Sheriff. Because it was all vehicles and some mix. Yes, it was all... Well, because you guys were in a part of a raid. And because of that, I figured that they would be sending mostly highly mobile forces after you. And didn't think that you would be being chased by, you know, lots of infantry on foot. 4, 5. And the transgressor flew over the foot platoon. Fire the medium lasers. Not only forward firing weapons can fire. We can't strafe a little bit in infantry. Okay, so the Atlas opened fire on the scout hover tank and blew it up. Good. Finally. Stalker opened fire on the self-propelled artillery and set off the ammunition and blew it up. Highlander took a little bit of fire from the foot platoon. It's getting down to 19 armor on the right arm. Highlander then engaged the Rhino and nailed that sucker pretty hard with a whole bunch of critical hits, but didn't actually break it. The Atlas managed to nail self-propelled artillery and didn't kill it. Archer opens fire on all of the infantry and just kills them all because he brings 30 missiles to the battle, and that's more missiles than there are people in that squad. Small laser at rifle platoon. Oh, apparently small lasers don't. It must be small pulse lasers do. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Small lasers do not actually do bonus damage. So, small laser. A fifth platoon needs 10, rolls 10. So, this is a great shot from Charger. Direct fire weapon against, change from 3 to 1. So, it needs to be burst fire. So, either a flamer, machine gun, or pulse lasers, apparently. Lots of misses out of the Black Knight, but that was kind of expected. I mean, we're shooting at infantry. More damage to the foot platoons. 5 takes 1 damage to men. Stalker getting shot at by a Pegasus, but the Stalker's okay. Atlas taking more damage. This Rhino's getting hit by the Grasshopper and not killing a whole bunch there. Charger taking a couple of hits. So we've damaged the Rhino, but it's not dead. Okay. There was a special request to get Vanguard melee specialist so that he could stomp on people, and he now had a melee specialist and will be able to stomp with this like a T-Rex. Highlander is not in range to punch anybody. You are next to... There you go. Punch the tank. Kick it. Kick it good. You're not near anybody. Yeah, the Stalker managed to put its boot right on through the side of the tank and blew it up. So great job there. So Vanguard's melee specialist coming in handy right there. Physical attacks from the Phoenix Hawk damaged it more, but it's still alive. And yeah, we're cooking a little bit on some. Black Knight gains 29 heat, sinks 29 heat. That makes chill, man. Okay, at least the crew on the Rhino is stunned for a round. Why did I kick? Because there was a tank that was right on top of the Stalker. Oh, why did I kick with that? Because the kick is more accurate than the hatchet, and you stomp and kick on vehicles in the exact same way. Yep, but the hatchet is one less accurate than the kick. Let's get our fighter on the field. So it's coming back. Let's get a good angle for it. I don't think it's actually going to be needed, but... Welcome back, Transgressor! So, Raven. So this is the Raven 1J. If I go to Systems, it's on Ghost Target. I set it to ECM. I don't see any change. But yeah, it is set to Ghost Targets right now. For being a super chill mech. Ice cold. Who's left? Look at this map up here. Wow, there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of those are ejected mech warriors. We gotta kill the infantry, I think. Still a foot platoon here. Move! And this B9 Atlas is getting nowhere near that fight anymore. Not where it can be gotten behind. That's its problem. Because its armor is basically non-existent in the back. To the point where it took critical damage, which was not great. I kind of want to have the archer just continue to bombard this foot platoon. View, foot platoon, what condition are you in? You have 12 men left. So I need more missiles. Odds of missiles. I'm gonna just punch through with the Stalker. Move there. Yes, we're gonna get shot at by a lot of infantry, but that's kind of the plan. 9 heat, jeez. I think I need to back this thing out. I don't want to risk the Highlander too much, but I don't have a whole heck of a lot of options. We'll jump it back into cover. Yeah, it's not going to enjoy the heat, but it'll be alive, and that's the important bit. Atlas 7D, heavy damage. Oh, come on, that's not too bad. That's all armor. It's fine. It is prone. Oh yeah, it's the gyro from that penetrating hit, wasn't it? Right, okay, that does count as heavy damage. Okay, I want to back up. Can I get up? Yeah, I'd need an 8. No, thank you. We're good chilling. We're fine here. Archer is going to stand still. So he can blast the infantry. Who's left? Infantry here. Oh, did we kill the infantry platoon here? Oh, lovely. That'll make life a little bit easier. There's still that hunter down there that I gotta worry about. Black Knight, come up here. And you can come up here. Marauder will stand where it is because it has a shot inside the base. Shadowhawk is going to sprint on by the infantry so we don't have to worry about it. Needs a fort. Thorn manages this to succeed. Okay, we'll start moving along the tops of the buildings, as our griffins are wont to do. Just have the flamer from the Atlas to deal with infantry. Yeah, can't you just slash victory? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do when there's only infantry left. Because at that point I can just pull away from them and bombard them from unfar. So we are safe there. Just got to get to that point. Alright, Grasshopper with the hatchet, just walk up to the fire support vehicle and kill it. I'd like to just have Shade stand still so that Firehawk can beat the crap out of this thing. But I needed to know what that hunter was going to do, and that hunter did nothing, so now Shade gets to stand still. Maneuver up here. Maneuver here. And turn. Getting a little bit caught up on these entrances. If he would have fallen next to the infantry, it would have been nasty. What? They need to decide what they want to do now. Because it's starting to be good. Oh, shoot! I forgot about you! No! Crap. Who is this? This is the Phoenix Hawk. Jump. You get up on this hill right bloody now. And you kill that thing. You can't move, you got nobody in it. Transgressor, you are on an outbound flight. Go up. As we sort of loop you back around to get some altitude. And this is you, so we're going to accelerate even more. Get to this. It must die. I mean, it's not going to die in this turn, unfortunately. The Atlas is in trouble. But maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, he's going to shoot me. Target these... Yeah, target the self-propelled. And fire all of your medium lasers again. Because that is the demands of the crowd. Oh, don't need that large laser. Done. Who is this? This is the Highlander who's hiding. Well, he hopefully chills out a little bit. Atlas, who cannot shoot this, I believe. Yeah, it is impossible. And he can't twist because he's on the ground. Archer will, of course, fire at the foot platoon. And he's starting to get a little bit toasty, so we're going to have to limit the number of S-arms we fire. Short-range missiles, short-range missiles. And the small laser, just for giggles. You're in a position to do something about it. Fire your PPCs. You are also in a position to do something about this with 1,010,000,000 medium lasers. You have no target unless I can twist you enough to get a shoulder shot, but I think all your weapons are... Yeah, all your weapons are torso mounted, so you can't do anything. You, on the other hand, can fire your PPCs down on the enemy. Let's see if you can't cause enough laser damage. There we go. And then the Grasshopper probably is the real thing that's going to wipe it out. It's got a hatchet, just in case. How is the armor on this thing? I'm a little surprised it's still alive. That rear armor is a 3. It's probably not going to survive. Raven's going to twist and do nothing because it can't reach. You, on the other hand, can target the infantry. You will support the assault on the infantry by firing even more short-range missiles and really nailing it with everything you've got. You bounced up here for a very, very specific reason, and you're just going to fire all of your weapons down there. And do you have a shot? Oh, please tell me you have a shot. Please tell me Grumok's got a shot here. He does! This is why you didn't come to this end. Now, if he gets, you know, because he's going to shoot. Yeah, he is shooting at me. If he gets to the back of this Atlas, he could potentially blow it up. So just keep that in mind. Remember the LRMs are great for... It's the clusters. Each one will deal 1 damage to an infantry, if I recall correctly. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's done. You did nothing. You flew over the target. And we're going to see if we can get triple large laser into him. Okay, so the Atlas hit it and blew this... No, it was the Stalker that blew it sky high. So once again, Vanguard coming in with another stealing kill with his large lasers. Oh no, with his medium lasers. Oh, this is 2 different targets. Never mind. Yeah, so killed him with the medium lasers. That was the self-propelled artillery. Black Knight got shot at by the infantry. Foot platoon fired at the Stalker. The Stalker is just a blimp of death, so it didn't care. And the Archer then fired and wiped out the infantry with all of the missiles. The Marauder then managed to damage the Pegasus, which I'm worried about blowing up my Atlas. And he got some hits, but he only got 1, 2, 3 that got through. Okay, so the engine has taken a critical hit, but it's still alive, and I don't think this Pegasus is going to survive. Our light support tank getting blown up by the Griffins, or by the Grasshopper, which was working with the Griffins. And the last Rhino's finally dead as well. Scout tanks, Pegasus, section destroyed. Yeah, so the Transgressor steals the Pegasus kill. Let's take a look at what's left. Highlander has nothing by it. There is still a Hunter light support tank. You need to stomp on some infantry. You have no target. 9 people left. Alright, we are down to what now? So we're down to the Hunter. Is that it? This is the turret. Hunter, infantry, 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 pilot, pilot. Yeah, the Hunter is the last thing left. So let's go kill it. Time to breach the base, folks. I mean, aside, of course, from the infantry here and outside the area. But we're not going to count the infantry as final kills required. Jump. Actually, no, there's no reason to jump. Okay, there might be a reason to jump. Okay, good. We didn't need to. The Atlas is going to sit still. Archer's going to roll in because this is what Warden's job is. To wipe out vehicles. How many infantry are left here? 9 guys. There's 9 guys left here. Black Knight. Black Knight's going to finish off the infantry. Marauder is in a position I actually think to shoot the infantry. So we're going to walk back up. Like so. Oh, the infantry's trying to cross the open ground. I wouldn't do that if I were you, mate. Piloting skill 3 check. Oh! Ha ha! Thorn finally skids into a wall. We've been pushing our luck with all these pilot skill checks. But no, Thorn finally hits the wall. Alright. Jump. Bounce over here. Jump. Bounce over here. And you can move off in this direction here. Yes, make your turn. You're fine. Phoenix Hawk is going to jump. Place itself right there. And do I have another mech to get... Ooh, no, he's probably going to sneak out through here, but we'll be ready for him. Needs a 5. Hey, he made the turn. He's finally moved. Right into the path of a Raven. Okay, jump that Phoenix Hawk. Right to here. And you can do nothing. You can accelerate. Go up. You're fine. You can fly off. Yes, yes. Shadowhawk fell to the pavement, but luckily for us didn't take too much damage. But he did damage the base a little bit. Twist. But a large laser and fire LRMs as well. Only an LRM 15, he downgraded in order to fit in other equipment. But that's fine. You don't have a target. You don't have a target. You don't have a target. You do have a target with all of your SRMs. You also have a target with, you know, your SRMs as well. Fire. Medium laser and small laser. You do have a target. Couple of snapshots with PPCs. The Black Knight should be able to help finish this off. But really it's this that's the only thing that really needs to die, so we're going to focus on it pretty hard. Griffin's still in range. Fire PPC. And he did not get far enough. If he wanted to actually survive and escape this, he did not do a very good job. Oh, even Firehawk is going to have a shot on him. Good job. And the Raven. Because why not? And the other Raven. Because why not? Got both of our death chickens together. In a Hawk DML. It can only shoot once because it's burning. Oh, he's taking a final shot at the Union. I wonder if he'll actually be able to blow it up with that final shot. I mean, it's possible. No, the Hunter's dead. The foot platoon is dead. Right. I hereby declare that we are the champions. I'm just going to type it in 3 times just to make sure. Because sometimes it gets a little weird. Okay, everybody can just stand still. Team 1 has achieved all victory conditions. Alrighty, so that will be the end of the stream. Oh, so we managed to do quite a bit of good work out there. We managed to take on the entirety of the base. I will show you, and hopefully this won't break things, but I will show you the force that you just went up against in detail. So this was Firebase Kumari. And this will also give you a view at the management side of this game, if you are otherwise unfamiliar with it. Yeah, give me this control. So if it loads, hopefully it doesn't break. I think it broke. Oh well, I can show it at a later date. But yeah, that's gonna. Oh no, there it is. Haha, it worked. Okay, I need to go to info screen, capture. Okay. Also to this. There we go. So this was Firebase Kumari. We cheated in all of this stuff just because I wanted to build a force that was sort of based off of what you guys were gonna go. Tarek, I sent you a message on the Discord to be broadcast. Yeah, I got it. But first, so this is Firebase Kumari. They had a combined 977.5 tons, which gave them a BPV of 18,000. The mech divisions were Able Force and Baker Force. Able Force was a pair of trebuchets, a Blackhawk, or Blackjack, and a Wolverine. They were pretty standard pilots. They were all 5.4s, so they weren't anything special. It was Baker that had been initially hit by counter battery fire previously in the week, and so their Shadowhawk pilot was a 7.6, and their Dervish pilot was a 7.6, which, you know, ended up not being super important because the Shadowhawk and the Dervish pretty much had no effect in the fight. Then we had our infantry battalion, which was Robert, Sierra, and Tango companies, which was entire full companies of each. I mean, this was a lot of infantry on the map. And they're not super powerful if they have to engage in something that's not their job. But if you guys had picked certain other options, they could have been much more dangerous. The artillery company, Echo and Foxtrot batteries. They were 2 sniper beat self-propelled artillery tanks, a Skulker and a Pegasus each. I wanted to keep them sort of uniform. And then our anti-aircraft battery was the 2 Rhinos and the 2 Hunters. These Rhinos are pretty nuts. on a fire support tank. I mean, it's 2 LRM-20s and an LRM-10. They're 1 LRM-20 short of being an LRM carrier, and they have way more armor and a couple of medium lasers for fire support to boot. I mean, these things are great. So, they did a lot of damage to the fighter wing. Oh, they did a ton. And of course, the HQ emplacements was all the dual autocannon 5 turrets that ended up not working. So we'll have to mess around with those later. But yeah, now Sprogue has requested that I read something from that he kind of had cooked up before. You guys do know, and this is for the people who are actually part of this campaign, and if you're not, this is a little bit of insight that you can learn about. But you guys have run into a company before called Psycho's Irregulars. They ran into you guys basically during the first contract, where the Striking Serpents had been pitted against Psycho's Irregulars to see which was the better one and would be forced to fight against each other and win future contracts. The Striking Serpents lost, and later on at the end of the contract, Psycho, who runs the group, offered to ransom back the pilots that he had captured for $5 million apiece, which is outrageously huge of a ransom. He was basically just flipping them off and at the same time trying to screw with them. They did not take well, and that was the first time the Striking Serpents had used a dropship to drop right on top of a company, which worked out really well, as it has here, as we managed to torch out an entire mech lance and infantry company. It was rather hilarious. However, this has generated a little bit of bad blood between the two companies. Also, recently, Psycho's Irregulars tried to smuggle a bomb on board the King Cobra to set it off when they were trying to land, which almost succeeded, but they managed to stop that. Because of that, there's a little bit of bad blood between the two companies. So Sprogue, being the clever and wise commander that he is, has issued the following directive. I am Commander Sprogue of the Striking Serpents. As you read this, my company has made planetfall on Betelgeuse. We have done battle in the past, so there is bad blood between us, but I will uphold honor and the rules of warfare in the battles to come. I will order my forces to treat anyone from your company with the same honor as any other Andurian force. I will not seek revenge for the outlandish ransoms and petty slights when we last met, and will instead ransom back your pilots as I would any militia force. Captain Sprogue, Striking Serpents. So that is his final departing message from the things. And with that final message, we will end the stream here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this one. Once again, it was fairly popular, given everything. Tomorrow will be the resumption of Rogue Tech. With the release of Rogue Tech for Urban Warfare, we are going to be once again releasing content for that. There are several episodes of Urban Warfare Flashpoints that have been stocked up. I will release those sort of at their normal time throughout the week anyway, because they're already scheduled. But from now on, we will be switching over to playing Rogue Tech. I have a vote going up on our Discord right now as to what start we want to do. We already voted and got an Inner Sphere start for our normal mainline YouTube campaign. The next question we have is whether or not we're doing a standard mercenary start, a pirate start, a Solaris 7 start, or a periphery start. Right now, piracy and periphery start is currently dueling it out quite heavily, although I believe pirates are winning right now. That may have changed since the last time I looked at it, but that's the current standing. So if you want to get involved in the vote, vote there. However, we will be starting our stream campaign as well, and that was already mandated as a clan start. I want to start streaming that tomorrow, and I want to start streaming that tomorrow as soon as possible. So tomorrow, once I finally have my full schedule worked out to figure out exactly what times I'm going to be available, we will probably start streaming that campaign. So expect another campaign tomorrow. It might be a little bit earlier than usual, so this will be easier on people who watch me from Europe than it will be for people who watch me in the United States. But yeah, we'll see how things go. CAB for Rogue Tech is ready for download on Nexus 3.9. Okay, thank you so much, Danak. So I will get that ahead and downloaded so that we have a minimal amount of time. I will be releasing at noon tomorrow if you live in the East Coast of the United States, which I do. So you can figure out your own time zones there. But yeah, I've been Tarek. If you kind of like this content, we don't do Mech HQ very often. Normally we do Rogue Tech and we also do Starfleet Command. But every so often we bring our Striking Serpents campaign over and play a little bit of it here. And we have a little bit of fun with it. So yeah, glad you could join us for it. If you want more content like this, hey, maybe join our Discord and start, promoting it a little bit more often. That we do this sort of thing. Otherwise, we just do like after action reports, which we type up and write in the Discord, which you can check out. There's a little bit of role play that goes on too, and there's also some stories, like short stories that are written out for it. So if you want to check any of that out, go check out our Discord. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description down below. If you're watching on Twitch or Mixer, just Google my name, Google Tirak over, or not Google, but go to YouTube, type in Tirak, and it'll bring up one of my videos, and my Discord should be linked to any of my videos that have come out in the past couple of months. And you can find us through there. So, you friendly subs to AM Merchant. Feels King. Rough for you. But yeah, so if you like the content, maybe check out the rest of the channel over on YouTube. Maybe join the Discord if you want to join us. If you want to see us start our Rogue Tech campaign, which will be a Clanner start, we will be streaming that tomorrow, and we will be starting our standard YouTube campaign for that as well, sometime in the very near future, maybe even sooner than normally is put up. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you see, yeah, we went through all that. So I will see you all in the next episode.